There we go. Hello, YouTube. When we get there, this actually isn't gonna be a Genshin video. This is me reacting. We're talking about the Nintendo Direct. So I have a fucking ulcer in my mouth or something, and it hurts to exist at times. But yeah, this is just the thing we're doing while we wait till we all funnel in.
Hello.
Hello, I am present. Eh. Let it be known before you get to experience it tonight, I totally will not be there.
Oh boy, you not feeling good?
So over the past few days, I've been dealing with an ingrown toenail, the joy.
Ooh.
So when I got home today, I decided to be the adult and deal with it, which translates to cutting it out, which translates to painful, swollen foot, can't really walk right, really don't want to put shoes on.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'm going to be the adult and just call in and be like, hey, I can't walk too good right now.
As somebody who had a similar enough issue a few months ago, I understand.
This is only my second ingrown, and gotta say, still not a fan.
You know what you want to hear something dumb?
What's that?
My left big toe just consistently does it. So if I don't stay on top of it, it just sucks forever.
Yuck. Gross.
It, like, the top left corner, I think it is?
That's the corner of mine that got fucked. And it is my left toe and everything.
It just curls inwards and is like, I'm gonna go down now. And you're like, but there's flesh there. I also don't know if you ever seen my big toes. I got, like, freakishly fucking big toes.
I have not seen the big toes, no.
Like, my big toe is honestly the size if I put both my thumbs together.
God damn. Ugh. But yeah, I know.
Part of the reason why I probably don't find feet hot because I only ever looked at my own and I'm like, those things are fucking gross.
I was thinking that, and also you did ballet. You know what ballet feet look like.
Well, that's the thing. The ballet feet doesn't usually do anything. Like, it doesn't usually do that to the toes because, like, with the ballet I did, I never had to wear the shoes.
Oh, I just mean like you've been around ballerinas. You've seen the way that like those shoes kind of disfigure feet.
Yes.
Like when everyone freaked out about Monon's feet, and it's like that's what ballerina feet look like, homie.
And then you ask me, it's like that's just what feet look like.
Yeah, like that's ballerina feet, homie.
Oh god. Ballet's so fucking cool though.
It is.
Go back and do it probably, but
I think dancing in general is kind of cool for the most part.
Ballet, like the thing, ballet's too slow for me to want to do, but I like to appreciate it. Does that make sense?
That does, yeah. It's in a weird, different way of me being like, I don't like this type of music, whatever it is, but I can appreciate it.
Oh, that's yummy.
That's a yummy.
I like how Mac can't join because he's like, I'm gonna finish eating this donut.
Is that what Max said?
Yeah, I love him.
I'm gonna fight him. I am currently trying to get my Genshin dailies out of the way. Oh! And by that I mean hate my life because I'm fighting Oceanid.
Yo, could I share something that makes me kind of, like, happy?
What's that? Also, welcome, Yami. We were talking about feet.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't like feet, sorry.
Me neither.
Don't worry, the discussion was actually about how I have a fucked up foot because of an ingrown.
Yeah.
Which led into... How did we... Yeah, that's what it is. Ballet feet and Mono having ballet feet.
I have weird fucking feet, and everyone I grew up with were ballet dancers. Yeah.
Which, if you've never seen ballet feet, Yami, you can look at Mono's feet.
I don't want to.
No, actually, like, you should do it because it's not attractive, it's just interesting.
Yeah, it's
like,
those shoes, like, actually disfigure your feet.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, cultures have that fucking head binding that stretches head? It's like that, but for feet.
Oh. Huh, that's weird.
So if you look at Monon's feet, they're like freakishly disfigured, and that's because she's a ballerina. That's just what ballet does.
Ballet
Yeah, she's a
shoes
ballerina.
themselves, which are very integral to ballet, also, like, the first so many times you wear them while doing, like, ballet for a decent amount of time, get fucked up. Like,
Which, yeah, I don't know if you've ever looked into those shoes, Yami. They're like inhumanly tight. Like,
yes.
they're fucking insanely tight.
Because if they weren't, you wouldn't be able to stay on top of your toes for
Yeah,
that long.
wouldn't you practically just destroy your feet even worse than the shoes already do?
Yeah. Yeah, way worse. Like, you actually would probably cause, like, irreparable damage as opposed to, yeah, this'll hurt when you're old.
Oh. Yeah.
What do I
Thank you
want
for
to
the
do?
link, Mac.
Is he actually present, or is he just
Yeah,
sending shit?
I just assume he's here. He hasn't said anything yet. I'm assuming he's finishing his donut.
It better be a yummy donut.
Also, I see one spoiler.
I saw one spoiler, and that was it.
I saw
And,
two. I saw a goofy elephant.
Oh,
and
I saw that one too. Make that.
Okay, yeah. And now in the right-hand side, I see a new type of Pikmin.
I know a specific game happening, which I'll discuss that game when we get there, because I have opinions on that game.
I was
Have
sent
opinions?
this image
I
with
do
the caption
opinions.
"Fat fuck."
That's probably in relation to the thing I know.
Yeah, same.
Fuck. The game I know. The one that I get to get to and talk about and be like,
maybe
words.
not then.
What's up?
Maybe not then. Maybe it's a different one.
I judging by the art style, it is 100% the game I'm thinking of. If I envision the
Fat
arts,
fuck.
if I envision the
Is
art
that
style
the elephant
of,
game?
it might be. If so, they added shit, which is possible.
I'm 50-50. I'm like, is there two or is it the one? Because I know there is a Mario game at least.
Let me
Well, there's
hand in my
Mario, then there's Mario.
let me hand in my Genshin dailies quick, and then I'll boot up the direct.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say though, I'm really happy I forgot to buy the battle pass this patch.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't had to use my resin every day.
Damn.
I
Are we
just
talking
had,
about actually forget you?
yeah, because
Okay.
I've been maining Star Rail so hard that like most of the time I've spent playing Genshin, I'm like, I wish I was playing Star Rail right now. I don't want to stop playing Genshin, but like right now I'm like, yo, the new thing kind of fun.
My issue is the new thing doesn't have enough yet.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
Cause let me tell you what my Honkai experience is. It's log in, do dailies, log out.
Same.
That is my Star Rail experience. And the game is quality. It's just they need to add more over time. And the events have at least been good. Like the 2 events this patch have been stellar. Between
There's more events coming too.
yeah,
Like,
like between
Right
oh,
after
yeah, there is
Silver
a
Wolf's
third one,
banner.
isn't it?
Getting,
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting 3 more quests right after Silver Wolf's banner.
All right. So yeah, like the events that they had this patch so far were great. Like Star Hunt and the Museum were both fantastic events.
I wonder if Luocha will have an event.
He will.
He'll have a
Yeah,
companion
it's already
mission at
confirmed.
minimum.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like those pseudo quests.
We've-
So like Luocha has a quest,
Spe-
Yanqing has a quest, and Bailu does.
Speaking of, how do they plan on? Because I didn't look into this part. How do they plan on handling? What's the word? Is things like the Punk Lord Mentality quest going to stick around after Star Hunt?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Alright, so you still have that
Okay.
companion quest.
So Silver Wolf story quest will always be there.
Uh-huh.
Everything that happened as soon as you finish the quest will be gone.
Yeah, like the Star Hunt stuff.
Yes.
Got it.
Which is why, like, you know how they have that thing that, like, says, like, hey, these events will stay around for lesser rewards. That's what it means.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because, like,
Yeah.
some of them, the whole event won't, but others, the whole event will. Like, the boxing one, that event stayed.
Hey,
but it's
this
only-
is still better than the way Genshin does events.
Without a doubt, especially because they seem to keep all the important story details in Star Rail ones.
Because it's like the Genshin quality of life is so abysmally low.
Yeah, it's crazy to me how like they created Star Rail and have all these genuine quality of life improvements from Genshin, and we've had one Genshin patch since Star Rail came out, and We can talk about how, obviously, as they were making Star Rail and leading up to release, we had Genshin patches, right? After they realistically implemented all these systems, why the fuck has none of these quality of life bled retroactively back?
My guess is they can get away with it.
Because, like, an example, you know what happened to me the other day in Genshin Valent?
What's that?
I went to pick up an artifact in the world and was at the artifact cap. Because I haven't been building characters, I've just been fucking around and doing weeklies and all that, which do give you artifacts. So I haven't had anything to dump artifacts into because I'm not building shit, right?
Yeah.
This wouldn't be an issue if they would just, implement the system that Star Rail had, the one that they took from many other gacha games like Grand Blue.
The salvage one?
Yeah, like the thing that is Grand Blue's reserve system.
It also just makes
retroactively
leveling
bleed it
artifacts
back.
take so much more longer. Like, even without the
Alright,
like,
you
quality
sit there
of
for
life
like
in the
5
menu.
minutes and mash.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fucking. Are you sure you want to? Yes, they're worthless to me now. But if they didn't have the "Are you sure" message, I probably would have fed like 1 or 2 very important artifacts. So it's like, you know what the alternative is? Just let me fucking salvage them to do it all in one message.
Let me salvage, and obviously they're not above it because Star Rail exists.
That one is the worst. I feel like the ones that I'm talking about, where it's like they can get away with it, is like yo, why is Star Rail so much more giving than Genshin? And it's like, because they can get away with it. Why do story quests stay? Because the FOMO, and they can get away with it.
Well, to be
Because,
fair,
like,
Star Rail has at least that one thing that's different enough with why they're so giving that makes sense to me.
Being a more niche game.
Less about more niche, and more so a matter of, hey, yo, the grind in Star Rail is actually way closer to a genuine gacha.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I have spent hours farming hunt/erudition talent materials, and none of my characters are at my current max. That's not even max, because I'm not at the world level for it. They're not at current max. Because the grind is so genuinely harsh compared to Genshin.
That's the other thing too, because like Genshin did have it didn't have it this bad, but it had a similar grind early on with just artifacts, which it doesn't have anymore because the biggest problem is like, so a new character comes out in Genshin, Zach, right?
Yeah.
Even if you don't have their best in slot artifacts
You
yet,
probably
go,
have
well,
something you can throw in.
I've built a fire character before.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
like,
throw this on them.
It's I
You don't
built
got that.
X character, I can throw X thing on them.
Because like right now I'm looking at Yukong and Luocha, and I'm like, I have nothing. They come out in 7 days.
Like
I should.
I guess one positive about Star Rail comparatively that it has going, and this will realistically change over time as the game gets more. But this is a current positive, is right now the artifact pool is so condensed that if you want to grind anything for a character, you'll probably hit something else for other characters still, because it's only like 8 different sets currently or something.
I gotta give them another small bonus too in saying there's only one artifact set that feels pretty useless in Star Rail.
Which
because
one is
like
it? Is it the one I'm assuming?
The effect break one, because effect break there's not a single character that effect break matters more on than just their mainline stats. And with how the game's being balanced, it feels like that's going to be the case going forward. Because like even like
Silverwolf is right there though. If we're talking about break effect, right?
That's the thing though. You know what break effect changes, right?
Yes, and that's it depends on element. And,
no, not just that. It doesn't it's not like shield break amount. It's the damage the effect does afterwards. It's like, yeah, Silverwolf's is big, but then I also even look at it, I'm like, yeah, but what if Silverwolf's not the one to break the shield? Then that entire stat's useless on her. So I have to wait for Silverwolf's turn for her to be the one to break the shield. And break effect doesn't make you break shields any easier. It just makes the effect when you do better. So I'm like,
honestly, I think
that's a bit of an RNG system. I don't want to stick with that.
I think the only character I have that on is Asta, and that's specifically not the artifact set, but like the planar ornament set. And that's specifically because her E is actually good at shredding shields when you're solo targeting. I'm like, no, she breaks stuff a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like why I would use it on Sampo also. But like, even then though, it's like, is there an argument to be made to just use the elemental sets or attack-based sets on them too? And I'm like, yeah, like
You
that
know,
break set effect isn't as useful.
now that I think about it, that's another thing with Star Rail's grind too that should be mentioned because I haven't yet. Hey yo, simulated universe, really
Oh
fun,
yeah, it's great.
really
Yeah.
fun game mode. But let me tell you about that grind. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Let me tell you about needing actual on-set main stat pieces constantly.
Until you get abundance. Abundance will fix 90% of the problems for you.
No, my point is you still have to grind. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like I want a crit rate
Oh,
set
gotcha,
artifact for a Jinyuan. Okay, it means run that until you get that exact main stat on that exact set when there's two sets that they throw at you, and it's like, holy fuck, man.
It's also nice though that they did the thing that even though Genshin's grind isn't as bad, they should have done by now. Which is, yo, thank you for the make your own main stat artifacts, even if they're rare. Just like something to do it once in a while, because sometimes your RNG just sucks that much.
Mechanics they stole from other gachas again. Let's go! They should have done it sooner.
Yes.
Like, Granblue
Yeah.
has that system in about 9 different ways. It's really convenient, because Granblue is the grindiest gacha I know of. But, you know, in Granblue, it's like, did you log in, get daily points, use those daily points to get weapons. Have you been doing dailies? You're getting pendants. Use those pendants to get weapons. Here's an event. Do this event. Get weapons.
I like Star Rail.
But yeah, I think that's the thing I've noticed in a weird fucked up way is it seems like, and this is my experience across many different gacha, is that the more hardcore the grind is, the more willing the company seems to be to give shit. Because like the givingest for the most giving gacha I have played is Granblue. It's also, like I just said, the grindiest gacha I've ever played.
I feel like the big thing is that it's like they kind of realized like, oh hey, look, you don't need the pools to be like the hardest thing to get to still make money off of your game. You know what I mean? Like we'll keep player retention in another way, and as long as we have player retention, players are going to want more as long as we have more to sell to them, and that will make more money. But the Genshin problem right now is that it's like...
It prints money?
Where it's like, yeah, we could even start adapting to that system, but what reason would they have to adapt to that system when the system they have right now is still working? Like, it's going to take a huge sales...
The system literally prints money.
Yeah, it would have to take, like, they'd have to start making less sales for them to start thinking about doing that.
Which they're not going to, because Genshin realistically gets more players every day.
Yeah.
I see the funny thing about Genshin is, like, when I see ads for Genshin, it's like, oh, log in today and get, like, 20 free pulls. And then
I see ads for Star Rail that say 80.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my favorite, dude. It's my fucking favorite.
Like, I guess, I talked about this with someone recently, that I guess another twisted positive, at least, with a game like Genshin is, like, pulls feel so secondary to Genshin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because, like, you still have that genuinely massive world to explore. And that's not justifying their extremely stingy systems, of course. They're so fucking stingy. Especially when you consider just how much money Genshin makes. For those who don't know, when you all maybe see this on YouTube, in the first, like, I think it was like 4 months of that game, or 6 months of that game, it made 4 billion or 6 billion. Reverse the numbers for which one it is. It made a copious amount of money in a short amount of time after launch.
I'd go as
also
far as
like to point out that CeeLo also did that amount of money and exceeded Raiden's banner, which is kind of ridiculous.
Well, you see, that's also with Seela. That's because she's fucking busted.
Also, like, she's a character from another one of their games with the same name, so
one
it's
of
like,
the
I feel like
most popular characters from that other game at that.
Which is funny, because I didn't even know Luocha is up there, too, so he's gonna sell well.
It was also the same with Raiden, though, because, like, you have Raiden May in the...
It's funny, though, too, because out of the 3 characters in Genshin that are also in Honkai, Yai is the one that sold the least.
So here's the thing, and it's the thing that hasn't been said, that was addressed by Yami unintentionally by him bringing up Raiden. What is Raiden? Do you know the
Money
answer?
printer.
Weeb.
She's busted and weeb.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You'll notice
Also-
a through line here between mainly the busted part, because I'm gonna be honest, most people who pull on gacha, it seems, well, not most, yeah, no, I will say most people, because gacha systematically make most of their money through whales, not through casual players. That's how it's always been.
To go a step further, really
so
quick too.
most of the high profit banners are always busted characters. Like, look at the Genshin banners. What are the most high profiting? It's busted characters. That's just how it works.
Raiden does have a sort of double-edged sword there too, because I do know that Mei is one of the most popular Honkai characters too, whereas Yai is even like a little more niche. So it is like, oh, she's busted and like one of the characters, you know? So it's like
It's
one of
just one of those unfortunate things.
yeah, one of the
Ain't
bigger
what
things I
Gold
saw.
Run is.
One of the bigger things I saw was fucking people, like when Raiden first came out, they were like, why don't she have the horns and stuff? And I'm like, but Mei only has the horns and Honkai in her boss fight. Until I figured something out, which was, oh wait, she has a costume that has the horns too, which is the one that literally everybody ever uses. That's why people were like, oh. And then the Raiden boss fight in Genshin happens, and you go, oh hey, look, it's basically that design from Honkai 3rd. And you're like, yeah, this is why people wanted this. It's like, nah, there was a reason why people were asking for it, because it is the thing they like from the other game, which is kind of fair.
It is, but also it is not other game, so it's fair on both sides. It's
which
like
is also
a weird situation. It's like
they
want it, okay, got it.
It went from 0 to, alright, I get it, you know? But, even then, it's like, half the people who are like, oh, I wish she had the things, guess what? They still got her, because they're like, I like the character.
Yep, and if they don't like the character, they just like the fact that she's busted.
Exactly.
That's how that works. That's literally why Venti is one of the highest profiting banners after his initial run, because his initial run, it wasn't that crazy. It was the second run after people realized the way the game works and that Venti was busted. Because up until then, people didn't really care about Venti in the grand scheme of things. You would hear more about a lot of other characters in Genshin. Yeah, you would hear about Diluc all the time. But then the moment people realized the way the game works and realized how to break things wide open and realized that Venti was fucked, the very next time he came out, he had the highest grossing banner. Because that's just how this shit works. This is how gacha works. It's why if you look at Granblue, I don't think Granblue puts out their official sales figures the way Cygames does.
Cowards.
Or for the way MiHoYo does. But from just interacting with the Granblue community, you'll notice that the banners that get the most sparks, which by proxy would mean potentially the most people spending money, would be the ones that come out with clearly absurd characters, like when Halloween Florence happened, or Fediel, or Lich, or those types of characters. When they drop, people fucking go, because all people see is meta, and it's kind of upsetting. I guess the positive with Granblue is there's a kind of reason to with fucking Guild Wars. Caring about meta in Genshin will never make sense to me. It will not compute in my head. It's like, I need to pull on the busted unit in Genshin. It's like, why? What does that get you?
You could also pull the true Chad behavior and go, wait, my character's not busted? Well, guess what, buddy? There's chances they will be busted at C6, so why don't you just save up for them?
I'm simple. I see a character I like, I pull. It's a simple way of existence. The only exception to that right now in all of MiHoYo games for me is the Fontaine Archon. And the only reason I say it's the only exception, I'm going to pull her because she's my main element. I don't know if I actually like her because, she's not here yet. Yeah, so there's a chance I don't like her. I don't dislike her, I don't like her. I don't know shit about her. I like her design, and she happens to be the Archon of the element I use the most. That's why I want her.
And then you have the other side of things, too, where I won't pull on characters I like in Genshin sometimes because there's too many characters I like.
Thankfully, I'm not crazy about that many Genshin characters. I like a lot of them. I'm not crazy about them. The only ones I pull for are the ones I'm crazy about. Those are the 5 stars I go out of my way to pull.
I looked into Otto a little bit in Honkai 3rd. He seems like the worst. I like him.
Yeah, you also like Sampo. We get it. You like shitheads.
Yeah. Oh, you see, that's the thing though. Sampo's a shithead. Otto is like the villain.
So Sampo.
Like my
No,
favorite.
no, 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 no.
I
Like,
saw.
Otto is actually like
I
a terrible
saw.
person.
I
So
saw
so
somebody-
Sampo.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Unless we forget the whole. I don't know if you people did the whole event, but the whole museum event literally happened because of Sampo.
Well,
I have not yet.
Yeah.
Like it's literally, hey, we wanna let kids have like education, and Sampo's like, nah, fuck that, dude, money, cash,
No,
money.
At least he's making money and not destroying the galaxy because
Yet, what is that scene with about Aha, buddy?
No, Aha's not. Aha's not bad though. Aha just
Aha just like
we like to do a little trolling.
yeah. Aha is
Joker's
just like
not bad. He
joke.
just likes to do a little trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what if
Aha-
innocent lives get caught in the fold?
I'm like the problem is how many innocent lives because like a couple hundred I could forgive.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying when Happy Chaos did the planet laser, he let it rock because he knew Axel was there to save everybody.
Well, that's his Axel's based, obviously.
He is. And then
why are we backpedaling like this? This is insane. Just because Axel's based, like, no, it's because Happy Cows knew it was gonna happen.
because
Axel's
he knew
based.
Axel was based,
Yeah.
exactly.
The
You
whole
see?
point.
And that's also why he played a little haha funny prank on him where he jump scares Axel, and then Axel's like, yo, what the fuck? And then Happy Chaos acts like nothing happened. It's like, haha, Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'm like, I like him.
Cringe. Where's the cringe, bro?
Everything about Happy is pretty cringe, I'm not gonna lie.
That's like
Design,
not true.
cringe. Character,
His
cringe.
His
Gameplay,
shoes,
cringe.
whack. His foot stance, whack. Get it?
I will only let you have like,
His shoes are whack.
yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I'll give you.
You're not gonna tell me his gameplay's whack?
No. I think his gameplay. Is like pure, very clearly poorly designed, but I think it's interesting.
I feel like it would be interesting if it was well designed. That's my problem.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't find Auto Track Zoner interesting at all. It's just he's literally an NRS zoner, homie. Just
I don't like
come
the
to
zoning
grips with
part.
that.
The steady aim, clean shot stuff, I feel like is the poorly designed part. If like he didn't zone as much and it was just this weird fucking mid-range freak beast with like weird fucking
You know what you're gonna say?
I'd
You
like
know what
that.
he is then?
what?
He's Johnny, but not cool. Because what you're about to describe
Yeah.
is Johnny. Because it's like mid-range freak beast who can abuse plus frames to get in. Sound familiar? It's
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah,
You were describing Johnny, except Johnny actually has to care about his resource. Because you can't just get coins back freely.
That goes back into the poorly designed part though, which is exactly why I'm like, nah, Happy isn't cool at fucking all until they make him well designed. But the problem is, it doesn't seem like they know how to do that, so I have no faith.
Well, that's because he's not a problem, according to Japan. That's a B tier character, homie.
I'm just saying, when a top tier character, this is a weird take. I feel like it's a lot more nuanced than I'm gonna say it, but it's just because I don't have the time to explain exactly what I mean. But when a mid-tier, and when a high-tier character is doing that, possibly at the mid-tier, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Where
but
it's
Soul
like-
Bad Guy is clearly the best character in the game, according to Japan.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
So,
either
like,
Soul or Chip, depending on who you ask.
It was even.
Well, with Chip, it's like
It's
I
Chip. It's
fucking
literally
get
they.
it.
With
No,
Chip,
no, no.
it's they
Chip, I
play
get it.
Samito. That's what it is. It's
Like,
they have to fight the dude.
When Soul's thing was as easy as, haha, I hit close slash, the game is now mine, because what am I gonna do? The risk versus reward is fucked. It's like, yeah, no, that's a problem, because that's even a problem at low levels, where people are able to abuse this at high levels with how it works, and it's that good, right? Whereas, like, then Happy is like, it's literally the same thing, guys, and they're like, yeah, but this one's okay, and I'm like, huh? The only difference is this one can do it from full screen. How is this okay?
Yeah, Japan doesn't care.
It's the same thing though. No, Soul's
No,
the
it doesn't
problem.
matter. No, it doesn't matter. Japan doesn't care about what we think because they think we're all bad at games, which is like slightly true. However, yeah, I don't know. They're kind of fucking
You see, for what it's worth with Happy, what I can say is an opinion I've come to realize about Strive. It's the same opinion I kind of have with Street Fighter 6. And it's an almost boomer-esque stance. You know what it is?
What was that?
I like next to none of the newcomers to either game. And I mean genuine newcomers. I'm not counting Asuka because while Asuka's first time playing
No,
exists,
he counts. He counts.
dude, he's been in the story for the past 3 games. He does not count.
Yes, he has been in the story in the past 3 games, but he's only been playable in one of them.
I'm not talking about kit-wise. I mean character in kit, though. Asuka's been a character for like 3 games.
I'll give you this one because Luke was in the last game.
Like, because like in Street Fighter 6, I like Marisa. And I like JP's personality. I don't like everything else about him. I think everything else is fucking whack.
Luke's personality is pretty
Chill
basic.
out, JP. Why do you hate all the characters that I think are awesome?
Because JP's fucked. Maybe my zoner man shouldn't have a parry that parries grabs. That has
I think that's the only
negligible
cringe thing
counterplay.
about him. I think
I feel like
everything
there's
else.
a lot
Bro,
of
his
things
level 2
about him.
setups, his zoning is straight up NRS zoning. It's uninteractable nonsense.
Okay, but that's like legitimately not true. It is interactable. That is like straight up not. That is straight up not incorrect.
How do you
doesn't change the
how do you
fact that it's the
interact
most-
with it?
It doesn't
How do you
change the fact that it's the most
So-
lame zoning in Street Fighter.
Yeah, it is NRS zoning in Street Fighter. Like that doesn't.
Yeah,
true,
which
but-
that's something that's like viable to complain about. Then you can't
Yeah,
say that the
but-
only thing is the parry when that's another thing.
But I would only. But the thing that we're talking about is like how it's not interactive.
How do you interact with it?
So I will say it's like I will say that this is a problem in the sense that like it's like Guilty Gear Strive where you have to do a hard thing in order to be able to interact with it in the first place, which I think is fucking cringe. I think you should never design a character around like you have to do this 2-frame window in order to interact with them at all. But that's kind of how it is with JP because like if you perfect parry a single one of his ghosts, you can just like fuck him up because the way his fireball works is not like a normal fireball.
What if it's the grab ghost?
Well, if it's a grab ghost, it depends on your character.
No, like that's what I mean though, is because it's like you parry the ghost, it's like all right, and then you try to parry the wrong ghost and you
Well,
fucking
you see,
die.
but that's not the only thing you have to do.
I
right?
would
It's
say
not.
I'm
Other
gonna
things you
let
can do is
me flip
dashing through
this. Let me flip the script on you, Yami, because what you're saying here is Vlav isn't a problem and he's interactable because he can shield his fireballs. When that's not true at all. It's the same argument.
Okay,
it's
well,
like-
that's not the only thing you can do, as opposed to Vlav, where that's like the only choices you have are dash block and shielding his fireball,
The
which
problem
are
I
like,
ha-
both risky and let you get hit.
The problem that I'm having is that it's like, fact check me on this, Zach. I just want to see if like, my stance pretty good so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking the JP problem in that regard is that it's like, look at all of these options that he has with how good his like long range stuff is and the things you have to do correctly to close that gap, and then on top of that he has the parry, whereas at least with Dalsim I'm like, well, I could fucking hit his arms.
Well, Dhalsim's a two
It's
boat.
okay.
It's like you can hit his arms and he doesn't have a parry.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, and that's
you
what I
get
mean.
in
where
on
it's like,
Dhalsim and it's like no, unless he's gonna spend meter and try to super you, you are in
Or-
his ass.
or even Guile, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, Guile has like projectiles that like have even less options to deal with then, but they're not fucking
Well,
JP projectiles.
the-
Like I'm still
the
able to
thing
walk
with
forward and
Guile,
block.
and this might sound like I'm full of shit. Guile's rushdown pressure is better than JP's.
Yeah,
Like
No, that is-
Guile is like Guile's pretty fucked.
yeah, but you know
Dude
what I
is
mean
up
when I
your
say
ass.
like still dealing with Guile's projectiles feels less lame than
Oh yeah,
JP.
it's dealing with
'Cause it's
normal Street Fighter fireballs is not
Exactly.
as annoying as dealing with JP's everything.
basically instant full screen. Aha, I got you, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Like that's my issue. I don't think he's the most egregious character in that game.
God,
like,
no, just the
I
most
will tell
annoying, I
you.
feel.
I will tell you that people like Ken are more egregious, and people like Jerry and DJ are more egregious, and Guile is more egregious than JP. It's just from a pure gameplay stance. It's like playing against Happy to me. It's like this just isn't fun to deal with. It's a method of zoning that I've never liked because it is straight up NRS style zoning, and that is the
It's
wackest
why the NR
zoning
zoner
design.
you did play still had like traditional ass fucking projectiles for the most part.
Which one?
Fucking Earth bitch.
Oh, Cetrian.
Yeah, her like ground stuff wasn't as much. Like that stuff was kind of JP-ish if I remember. But like boulder tosses and stuff like that, it's like nah. Like look, those are projectiles. That's projectiles. Like those are at least. It feels like you're having to make the right call, and if that you make the wrong call, they close the space in. Where I feel like with JP, it's no, they have to make the right call. There is no real wrong call for you. I don't know. But that's a
Like,
weird thing
honestly,
to say. But,
what I'll say.
I will say that there is only a wrong call for JP to make when like you get into mid range.
Yeah, it's like
Because
range
I-
2-ish, because
but
then
the
you can
only-
jump something and punish him.
Well, it's not even just jumping. It's like system mechanics for the most part. If you only deal with what he's doing with jumping, then like he can have answers to that too. But the only thing that really makes him stressed out in that range is like system mechanics. And the thing that makes him stressed out about like anyone in any scenario ever will forever just be system mechanics.
that's
Yeah.
kind of fair.
Well, you see,
But
it's
I don't like
fair,
it, just
but that's
lame.
what happens when you have a lame ass parry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is
Literally,
pretty damn cringe that you have to only interact with certain systems with system mechanics. And I will always say that until the end of time because system mechanics are risky in that.
And that's kind of the weird part that Street Fighter 6 is in right now, right? With us having the full release and people realizing the things that I was afraid of, which is how fucked some of these system mechanics are, and that's why the current conceived tier list, the people at the top are specifically the people who abuse them the best. And I don't mean that in the... Because obviously the way fucking fighting games work is whoever plays the system the best is top tier. That's literally how fighting games work, right? That's why Happy is fucked. He plays the system really well. But the issue with Street Fighter 6 is because of what the game's system mechanics are, the conceived tier lists are all the all-arounder characters are the best. Like, why is Ken better at a fireball game than Ryu? It's because of the system mechanics. Why is Juri better at mid-range poking than Chun? It's because of system mechanics. Because her drive rush is fucking teleporting. And that's kind of the weird part Street Fighter 6 is in. It's like system mechanics are so strong that when it gets abused by the characters who can properly abuse it, it gets really absurd really fast. It's a good game though. I want to see some of it change later on. Yes.
I feel that.
It is too early, my child. There are too many ways to counterplay the things that are already in the game.
I don't think it's
Yami,
early.
there's no counterplay to DJ or Jury teleporting on me.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I feel
that
like
last one is very true.
yeah, I feel like that's
but
all
the
the
first
things that
one-
like are being complained about though. Because like my problem isn't like
Before you even
these
say Yami,
weird
I literally watched IDOM lose a set because of Jury teleporting after him preemptively punishing it twice.
Yeah, bro.
There is no counterplay. The counterplay is take a risk, and that shouldn't be the counterplay to something. Because it's like, all right, preemptively push a button and hope to God you were right. Because that's the problem right now I have is, you know what Street Fighter 6 feels like to me right now? It feels like I'm playing Strive in the way of very weighted RPS. Because that's what the top tiers do all the time.
Yeah.
They are forcing very weighted RPS on you repeatedly. Because it's like, how do you deal with DJ teleporting? You throw out a button. What if he didn't? All right, die. That's
like,
what the game
worst
is.
part is too.
It's like, how do you deal with DJ grabbing you? It's like, you don't, because it's uninteractable, because it's so fast you don't have reaction window. It's basically a command grab.
Fucking the worst part is too. It's like,
crazy.
well, heavily weighted RPS even has its place in fighting games. It's like, yeah, not on the all rounders though.
Yeah, that's my
Not
issue.
on the characters that could
Like,
do everything.
an example, Marisa has very weighted RPS when she's in. Guess what? That's kind of her gimmick. Like,
yeah,
she's
it works better against
she's
certain
a-
characters than it does others.
she's a heavy hitter, big body, and all my block strings end in an RPS that you can nuke. That's how Marisa works.
As opposed to just, hey, I'm full screen, but I'm still in your head. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty whack. Especially when it's like, okay, I'm full screen, I'm already in your head. By the way, I could still just throw a fireball, and you're like, wait, huh? Huh? Wait.
I'm full screen. I can
You-
throw a fireball, or I can teleport grab you.
You got your cake and you're eating it?
Yes.
Or I could just teleport in and hit you. It's like, that's a lot of options that all are pretty decent.
And
And, like,
in the weird,
two of them-
fucked up way, I think the issue Street Fighter 6 is running to, and this one isn't an issue. This part I think is good design. I'm about to say, but it stacks into the issue is because there's so much happening systematically in Street Fighter 6. Your mental stack is so fucked all the time. Which is why you get stuff like, pro players like Tokido and Daigo getting fucking DI'd in the corner and not reacting. Because it's like, no, you have to look for like 8 things at once now. Because there's like drive rushes happening, there's DIs happening, there's normal Street Fighter gameplay, for lack of a better term, happening. Frame traps, throws, jump-ins, all these things that you need to look out for. And it creates such an insane mental stack. Where it's like, damn, I didn't react to that DI because I was looking for one of 5 other options already.
Not the worst part is, too, because this goes hand in hand with the strive thing. Even with all these in mind, you know what it leads to? Holy shit, the, like, mid-tier player experience is fucking incredible.
It's silly.
Right? Because, like, dude, you know who's having a fucking blast with this game? And even though I'm gonna tell you, yeah, these are very clear problems, I'm not dealing with them. Me.
It mainly becomes the issue just when, like, you do hit the people who know better.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna get hit that point, and I'm not gonna want to play the fucking game anymore.
Yep, that's my point. It's like you hit the point where you're fighting against players who know these things, and you're like, yo, holy shit, man, this is silly. And again, it's not even that I hate it or anything. I think Street Fighter 6 is a great game, and I think it's the best a Street Fighter has ever launched.
I will still
probably.
want to play this more than Strive, too, at this current point.
It's just, man, oh shit. It is salt-inducing is the best way to put it. Like, extremely salt-inducing. The past 2 Street Fighters have been so salt-inducing for me. 5 and 6, just for different reasons.
That said, Capcom's been really good with things, so I could see them taking an extra look at this. They might not. It's not like I'm positive they will, but I have a good enough of a reason to believe that it's like what is going on Street Fighter right now will not be what's going to go on for its life. You know what I mean? So at least I got that.
It took
There's
them.
hope,
It took them.
but it's not blind
it took
hope.
them 4 or 5 years to address Street Fighter 5.
I'm a hope that was a difference in the team. Because when they did change team, that shit started looking that real good.
Yep, that game. I've only heard the horror stories.
Street Fighter
frame to
5,
make delay.
like Street Fighter 5, really only came into its own as a good game in the last year of its existence. It's unfortunate because that game was around for what, 7 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
What year did Overwatch come out?
2016.
8 years.
2016.
7
I
years.
remember that very vividly because that was my year.
All right, yeah.
I think
So it's been
Street
around
Fighter
for 6
5
years.
was 20. Oh no, Street Fighter 5 was 2016.
Yeah, they were like 3 months apart. That's how I remember. Because like when Street Fighter 5 came out, I played a lot of it. It was February for reference. And then in May is when Overwatch came out, and I stopped playing fighting games for like 8 months because my life became Overwatch. For literally like an 8-month span, it's all I played.
You're wrong. I kind of want to go back.
That was my life for 4 years.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Yami's a freak beast with Overwatch.
Grandmaster player, baby.
Yo, Yami, what's the current state of Overwatch? How's it looking?
Overwatch 2? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to it.
All right, fair enough.
I just hear people say that Junker Queen's good now, and I'm how'd that happen?
From what I could tell, it looks like balance-wise, it's in a pretty good spot right now.
Which is, funny enough, that is the big thing with Overwatch 2 is all the mistakes they've been making with a lot of the other things on PvE. The balance of Overwatch 2 has consistently from the start of it been way better than pretty much all of Overwatch 1 because Overwatch 1 was such a shit show.
Like, I'm gonna be upset about Genji, but like I can't say that the game itself is in a bad spot.
Same, because they don't want him to succeed. But at this point, I'm so used to it because he gets like
The 2
I
good
said it
weeks
before.
a year.
yeah, he gets the 2 weeks a year.
And then he gets the fucking Rock Lee leg weights put on him again.
They did
Yeah.
give him the buff I was asking for though this patch, so that made me happy. I was
Is it good enough to have him off the leg weights?
Hey, would you like to know what it is, Yami?
Sure.
Genji can now fire 2 more shots before reloading.
Let's
That
go.
is not enough. That is
That
the
is the
same
entire.
shit that they
It's
did before.
not, but it's the problem that I had, where it was like all I felt when I was playing him. I was like, not only does like most of my stuff feel bad, but I feel like I have to reload too much. Like even if I didn't have to reload too much, he would still feel not great. But like this is what's actually actively killing like even playing him at a lower level, just because like. Yeah, I could get better, and this problem won't be as big, but even then, like, this still feels like it'll be a problem. And then they changed that, and I'm like, alright, I guess I'll go back to trying. I can play mid-level Genji again.
Every once in a while, I think about booting up and playing Widow, but then I remember I have to play Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 is a fine game. I think that game is fine. I think late Overwatch 1 was like pretty poo-poo.
To be fair, I think Overwatch 1 throughout its life was kind of cuckoo. Because every meta in Overwatch 1 was so turbo fucked.
I think the best metas were like season 3s as crazy. I think triple tank was a little cool.
I hated it because it invalidated DPS from what I remember. Because wasn't that like triple tank, triple healer ish meta?
No, that's goats.
Oh, okay.
You play triple tank was just straight up. You play 3 healers, and that DPS usually was like someone who did burst damage, like Reaper or John.
Yeah, like someone who would murder tanks.
Yeah, and I think that meta was kind of cool. I think season 2's meta was like until they put in like force 222. That was when 222 was actually good, and you didn't have to play it. And yeah, I think that's basically where it ended. It was pretty. I think the game's life cycle is pretty solid up until the last bit.
I don't know, man. That dive meta, and this is obviously my bias speaking because I'm a fucking Widow player, and dive and I don't get along.
No, I agree. As a dive player, that shit was ass.
Yeah, like dive meta was bad. Beyblade meta was really weird. It was such a weird meta. I don't know.
I think it was fine. Beyblade is like, it's pretty. Does it feel bad to get wiped by like literally 2 characters? Yes. But did everything else about the meta feel fine? Yes.
Yeah, it's just like that one part of it. I'll best way to put it is I will gladly take Beyblade over dive any day. Dive was so ass, and my big problem, and this is a big part of the reason I stopped playing Overwatch, is from when I started playing the game to when I kind of actually stopped. The meta it sat in cooking the longest was dive. It sat in that meta for fucking months, and I'd just be sitting there like, man, I don't like this meta at all. I got dudes jumping on my head every 2 fucking seconds. I have Winston, literally my hardest counter, up my ass constantly.
I like that Ramatra is strong enough right now. He fun to play.
I agree. I think that character being good is a blessing. I think him being bad was kind of like cringe.
I like Ramatra. Yo, you want to talk about games where like newcomers actually make me like Pog? Holy fuck, dude! I like all the newcomers except for Sojourn in fucking Overwatch 2.
I have to think about it. I feel like the only one I think of offhand I like is Ramatra.
I think I'm in the same position where. No, wait, that's not true. I think you're awesome.
Because like,
I think Kiriko's awesome. She just needs to get slapped.
Like, I don't really like Kiriko that much. I definitely don't like Sojourn. I don't like Junker Queen.
I've never liked Sojourn since her inception. Well,
I just don't like that she's just better soldier in every single way. Like, even if they destroy her numbers, like, if they destroy her numbers to be worse than soldier, her kit is still just better designed soldier. Where it's like, instead of sprint, burst movement speed option that also has verticality. Yeah, it's better than a sprint. Fucking right click that instant hits anything in front of it for a high amount of damage. Yeah, it's better than rockets. How often are you hitting 2 people with your rockets on soldier?
Never.
Yeah, like, so because it's like, okay, the AoE aspect doesn't matter. It's like the only thing soldier has is healing field?
It has, like, self-sustain, but at the same time, you have so much ability to, like, run back to your healers. I don't know. That character is just dumb since her inception. Well, the kit itself doesn't seem that dumb. But then, for some forsaken reason, they were like, let's overtune the numbers and then
Yeah.
make her dumb.
Well, that's the problem I have is like with the kit being the way it is though, and how every single ability is basically competing with an ability on the same archetype of character, but just better. I feel like the only way you could balance her is by making her numbers dog shit. You know,
Oh
and
yeah,
then at
that's
that
totally
point it's
it.
like, wait, like there's only ever going to be a time where Soldier is better than Sojourn, or Sojourn is better than Soldier. There will never be the opposite, and I'm like, that's pretty whack.
There will never be a time. Well, that character is like, he is so Soldier is so reliant on his numbers on his rifle in order to be good, like to be a solid character.
Yeah,
That's always how it's been since. That's
the
just
same
history.
the same with Sojourn though. She's reliant on the numbers on her rifle and right click.
I don't think we've ever seen a version of Sojourn where like
I say
her
like
numbers got so bad to the point where we couldn't really test that.
I
But
was say
we've
like
Yeah.
had
the thing
several
with
instances of that with
Sojourn.
Soldier.
The thing with Sojourn is that unlike Soldier, Sojourn since her inception has existed in the state of literally having a laser beam for a gun. And I don't mean a railgun. I just mean her left click. Like
Yeah.
it's what Soldier's used to be, but even better because I don't think hers really blooms. It might now, but I know
think
at
it blooms
first it
now,
didn't
and
bloom.
Soldiers does less now, but even then, the
But
right
Soldiers
click
has
makes
the,
up for it.
and even then,
Yeah.
Soldier still has like the insane vertical climb on extended
They took
fire.
that out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I guess that's a little better. Is he closer to older Soldier then, where he just like a few shot burst fire to reset bloom? Is that what he does again?
Maybe. I haven't looked too far into it. I just, like, I have been watching Overwatch clips on and off lately. Because, like, they've been sprouting up in my recommended again. And somebody made a joke about, like, thank God this isn't old Soldier recoil anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, they did change that. I thought something visually looked better.
Wait, what defines old Soldier recoil? Because when I think old Soldier, I think recoilless fucked character.
Overwatch 2 old Soldier.
Alright.
Overwatch 2. Yeah, because remember release Soldier recoil? That shit was bad. It was just not good.
But
It
yeah,
was
I think that's been
awful.
gone for a little bit. I did see a take though that I was like, you know, I'm obviously not that knowledgeable at the end game, but I like the sound of this, which is somebody being like, "Yo, how about we take away Sojourn's ability to headshot with her right click?" And I was like, "So it's just a reliable burst damage? Yeah, that doesn't sound like a terrible bad idea."
I think the issue you're
I
running
think the
to...
only problem with that is like you then make it shitty rocket because
Yeah,
then
like
it
I
is
was gonna
a
say, like the issue
Good.
I have with that is just the aspect of taking away headshot multipliers on those types of things sounds silly to me.
It does, but the thing for me is I'm like making it shitty rocket. It's like, okay, that's a niche that Soldier has over her, and then the other niches that she has over Soldier is the dash and the AoE field.
It is, but at that point, it's like, what's even really the point of a right click at that point? Because I feel like when you start doing things like subtracting the ability to headshot from things that are very big attacks like that, it kind of defeats the purpose of that big attack.
I feel that, but my counterpoint is I feel like the easiest way to balance Soldier if they had a big enough dick to do it is just to remove one of her abilities entirely. So I'm kind of like, I like the sound of that.
I think if you want to remove something, you should adjust her mobility is what you should adjust. She has too much mobility
Yeah.
for what she does. That's all it is. Like
Yeah.
the issue is she has like better than Tracer mobility in a lot of ways, outside of recall, obviously. While
better
while
mobility, she
doing
doesn't
like the
have
highest
better-
damage, pretty much.
She has better mobility, like, as far as engage and disengage than Tracer is what I'd probably say. Where they're not, like, how do I put this? Tracer's more flexible. Tracer could dodge bullets while in a fight better. But as far as just, I'm gonna press this one button and fucking leave, Sojourn has her beat compared to Tracer's 3 dashes. And that's 3 dashes. Recall's a different story, though, but Recall's also balanced around the fact that it's Recall, because you're constantly making the decision of, like, do I want my recall to recall in the middle of the fight or out of the fight? Which, like, that's a decision, and that's, like, a high skill thing to do, and, like, you have a lot of thoughts, and you also have to be keeping track of it if that's what you're doing, whereas Sojourn's is literally just, I will use this ability to fucking leave if it is not on cooldown.
yeah,
Also,
dumb character.
Sojourn, gets to engage from distances Tracer can.
Yeah.
Because Tracer, you have to be practically barrel stuffing someone to be accurately hitting shots. You have to be very close because of the way her
Yeah.
kit works. Which is
Character's
it's fine. Like Tracer is a very balanced character because it's all designed around that aspect. It's just so
I don't
Jordan
know.
is.
Somebody dunked on me with Tracer once, and I think that she should be dumpstered.
I mean that's true, but
Yeah,
still.
that'll do it.
She's so fun. That before I found Widow, when I started playing DPS, that's who I played the most.
They should dumpster Tracer and buff Genji.
Get out. Not even the
I think
dumpster
that
Tracer
is a
part.
terrible timeline.
The buff Genji, because that means as a Widow I have to deal with more Genji, and I don't want
Yeah.
that.
Or give Tracer translocator beacon so that she could fuck up Widow more often, so that grows the hater.
No, you see, the beauty of Tracer is I body shot Tracer and she panics
Oh god.
because that leaves her with like 25 health. So she hits the panic button if I body shot
What
her
if you
once.
never see her and she's just on your ass all of a sudden because she could jump 500 feet in the air with the Sombra ability?
Cringe.
Give me, I want to see K.
I'm gonna get water before we actually start watching. Is Matt
Yeah.
still alive? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I am so sorry.
Oh, what the?
I
My
think...
funnels. What the fuck?
Did Mac
Oh, no.
decease? I think Mac deceased.
Mac
What?
is dead as hell.
Oh,
Hello.
he's back. We thought you
Guess he's
deceased.
back.
Zach's gonna get water and then we're actually gonna start. I'm sorry, Mac.
Okay.
Oh my god, this I shouldn't. That Jor is like too strong.
Yami, I want your opinion really quick while Zach's getting water though.
What's the opinion?
Junker Queen pretty cool, right?
No,
Really? She's not?
nah, she's just like okay.
Really? Oh. Well,
Yeah.
she's not bad though.
I
Well,
have
gameplay wise,
returned.
I don't know. Everyone's saying that she's like that. Which
Oh,
think
I
that-
just meant like to deal with and stuff like that.
like the
like-
play against.
Yeah, like I like kit wise.
I think her kit is a kit bash of like everything had in the game, which I don't think is too interesting. But
That's fair.
I don't know. I mean, with tanks, it's like it's kind of hard to design them because there's only so much that you can really do.
That's also fair. I like punch.
Punch is cool. That's why Ramattra is awesome.
Yeah. Okay, you
Mhm.
back, Zach? You said.
I am back.
All right, I got it set up to the 0. You watching too, Yami?
Yeah, can you stream? I don't feel like going to YouTube because I'm
Wow.
also doing recordings.
Really random before we start this. I just
Damn
saw
it,
a
Yami.
weird article that, oh boy, Japan, what a W. That's sarcasm, by the way.
What did Japan do this time?
New Japan law to force mangakas to reveal their identity to the public.
Nope, that's
Yeah,
not a good
that's
thing.
been a thing
Let's
now
stop
for
that.
like months, if not years. Actually, that was the thing that became a topic like fucking years ago.
Damn, I guess is it officially
Well,
going
it's-
through with it then or something from what I'm seeing?
Potentially. It's
God
been
damn.
talked about in that entire like area. It's not specifically mangaka. It's basically anybody that has some form of monetary gain with producing art has to have some legal name, like Japanese legal name, tied to what that is.
Time to start saying like, yeah, I'm a Japanese resident, but my art business is actually in Pyongyang.
If this is the reasoning behind it, obviously this is just someone on Twitter like kind of fucking spitballing, but I could genuinely see, especially with the way they work culturally, is a lot of people saying it might have to do with the Rurouni Kenshin incident from a year or two ago, which is, I guess, possible.
Yep, that is.
Are you familiar with it, Valent?
No.
So the man who wrote Rurouni Kenshin might have been found to have quite a bit of child porn.
Checks out.
And a lot
you
of people.
mean checks out?
Powerful person, child porn.
I'll say just say it. Say he draws anime, therefore.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
no,
but now,
it
like-
turns out she wasn't actually 500 years old.
Oh no. But yeah, that. So if obviously again, it's like spitball Twitter shit, but I could genuinely see that being a part of a reason for that. But at that point, damn, that's still shitty. Like punishing the majority for the minority there. Because a lot of mangaka, we know their names, we don't know their faces. That's how that works.
I don't know why I thought we were still on the shit posting angle. I thought you were gonna say a lot of mangaka are pedophiles.
I mean that goes without saying. But yeah, it's
God.
that's a no bueno law. Oh shit, man.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of keeping the identity of an artist a secret, especially if they would like that to be the case.
Bro,
Not to mention
There
too,
are too many
people
ways.
people gonna find Fujimoto and kill him for him killing off all the Chainsaw Man characters that he does.
Yeah.
Like they gonna find him at the local Walmart and beat the shit out of him.
like the worst part is though too that it's like like rich people and like talented or like skilled people aren't the only ones who do that sort of thing.
God, my man Nisiosin about to never write again because they'll have to reveal their identity.
Oh man.
Anywho, I'm officially ready.
Isn't that just an anagram of an Elysion?
Uh oh.
Interesting.
Uh oh. All right, I'm officially ready, though, boys. Is Max still with us?
All right,
There he
on
is.
go.
On go.
2, 1, go.
It only took literally an hour to get here.
You see, what we have to do is we have to do this more often because it prevents Mac from bullshitting with the countdown. He's too tired for it to not.
I was just about the DLC right out the
hey!
gate.
Oh, hello there.
It turns out Hisui Pokemon are legal now.
Got it.
They opened up Pokemon Bank.
Go
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
I did hear about that.
Hey, there's my favorite gym leader.
Both of them. Hey, it's my favorite star.
It's the whack-ass champion. Okay, so is this about the expansion, I would assume?
Yo, show us the turtle.
I'm excited to go back to Area Zero. You know why? Its soundtrack will
Toby.
probably be made by Toby Fox.
Yeah.
Aww. Look at all these cuties.
Don't tell Twitter or Reddit, but dude, I fucking love Pokemon.
That's it?
You're going to Twitter. Oh!
I like your design.
Oh! Oh!
Kill him.
I like both their design.
Crush his skull.
Oh! Oh!
Crush
Oh
his
no!
skull.
Please do.
So we have Carmine and Kieran. Uh-huh.
Also Poochyena. I'm excited.
I do like
Poochie.
Poochyena.
Yo, you get dumbass hair.
Dude.
Cute. Ooh.
No, it's the boy I like, the big green boy. Oh, I didn't see the bird before. I like that one.
I kind of like all of them.
Gold kid looking ass pseudo legendary. We're just straight up legendary. Yo, wait, are they showing
There's
off
a-
both DLC?
I'd say this is a whole other area. There's a lot to this one expansion. Oh, this is part 2.
Yo, the turtle! I want to see the turtle's 3D render. Aw.
Turtle.
Pokemon character designs still winning.
This new uniform looks way cooler than most of the ones we have. Yo, Blitzel! Minecraft!
Oh God, more
There it
Pokemon.
is.
Whimsicott is so fucking good. I can't wait for the meta to change because of its inclusion.
Yo, I like Chef Man.
I like biker dude with the Mabostiff leather jacket. I want to see him.
What do we got?
Turtle. Turtle.
Turtle.
Look at him!
Kill him.
Turtle.
I like that turtle a lot.
Russia's skull.
So they're both. Oh yeah, I was about to say they're both planned for this year, but isn't the point of this direct is that everything in it is this year?
I hope.
And
I
there's-
like it when games come out.
Yeah, I think
You know what that
everything for
means?
this
We can already roll out Prime 4 being here.
What are you talking about? It's coming out this year.
It's never happening. It's never happening, dude. It's over.
Yeah, I'll actually probably buy this expansion because I really do enjoy Scarlet Violet.
Oh,
In the second half, you go to a Pokemon training area without borders.
Uh-oh. Is this where we get the Metal Gear crossover?
What do you think Solid Snake's partner Pokemon would be?
Inteleon.
Survivor.
Pseudo-Wudo.
I can see it actually.
For Survivor or Inteleon?
I'm gonna say Inteleon.
I like Pseudo-Wudo.
Alright, what Sonic thing are they gonna throw at me?
Thing
Oh,
is,
this
Pseudo
is the one
Wudo
they
a
showed
fur-
earlier, got it.
Is Pseudo-Wudo a fur-bait Pokemon?
No, it's a tree.
No, but
Have you
like,
seen its texture in Scarlet Violet? It don't look like no tree. I swear to God, he
Alpharad?
got fur.
Alpharad had a very good take where he go, any Pokemon that could like wear a hoodie is fur bait, to which he was told on the spot, what about Pseudo-Wudo? And he just said, I stand by with what I said.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, you know what? I look at Pseudo-Wudo, tree furry.
Tree free.
It's funny because they're showing this off, and I once again hit that thing with Sonic I always hit.
Was that?
They show him doing the not fast stuff, and I go, why would I want to play this?
But look, it's fast
probably
now.
fun.
Oh, it's not fast though.
Like, that's always been my Sonic issue, is when it's
Let-
not going fast, I go, this is just a bad Mario game.
Also,
Bullshit.
this game looks pretty. It's pretty chill.
What is this?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's Sims again.
It's free to play, though.
Oh, it's free to play.
You see, the free-to-play scares me more.
Yeah. Shush. Have fun waiting IRL like 3 days to do something.
Yeah. I already do that for Honkai Star Rail, but at least it's interactive while I do it.
Yeah, no, this one will be, you want to build this house, wait 3 days, or pay money.
The game actually does look pretty neat, though.
Bed, hobby, shade.
Maddie Mush.
The only one with the normal name.
Palia is free to play and launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
We should all play Palia, and then Mac
Oh.
could be Dick Kickle.
Ignite your
Oh, great.
Oh,
I get to see
Okay, it's
this
coming to
game
Switch.
again.
Coming
Yay.
to the Switch.
But it's gonna be on a console I'll actually play it on.
Because I'm going to look at this and go, why would I not just play Fire Emblem or FFT or Tactics Ogre?
Yeah, I think every
Because
time
you've
that...
already played those two.
I haven't played Tactics Ogre.
Well, then play it.
I also haven't played the newest Fire Emblem.
Then play it.
Do you think,
And
like,
even then, I
Atlas-
would sooner replay them.
Do you think Atlas has, like, an internal discussion every time they're about to release a game that's like, guys, if we don't release this on Switch, we'll never hear the end of it?
I think the real internal discussion is we have this idea, how do we make it sell? Well, put Persona 5 characters in it.
And put it on the Switch.
I was about to say, why are the NFTs here?
Because it's how you make
And they're
things
at
sell.
PCs and
Because
then
because it did not have a Persona game title. This also does not look like a Persona game.
Oh, and the game's name is Persona 5.
Oh, what the
It's
fuck?
Persona 5 Tactica. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, Tactics. Oh, okay, I'm trolling.
But yeah, like, that's my issue with a lot of Persona-based products, is I look at it and go, you could remove the Persona characters, and yeah,
That said,
yeah.
bring back Persona Arena.
please. That's the one I do want.
Calling all heroes for the first-person roguelike adventure.
Uh-oh.
Mid-Force. Enter a high fantasy world
That was a lot of
morning
words.
cartoons of the past.
Roguelike.
I like the concept.
Yes.
I do like Saturday morning cartoons a lot.
I do like roguelikes, and I do like multiplayer.
Your survival.
I'll have you know, I watch the Sonic show a lot.
Legendary magic. magic to smite
Yeah,
hordes
I
of
watched
monsters.
He-Man on Saturday
During
morning.
each run, you can find treasure to help
I watched
boost your
Come on, I'm
Saturday.
kind of here for this
Five.
game.
weapons.
Yo,
Saturday.
he's ripped.
Oh, Skeletor!
Fucking
Four brave
ripped.
heroes can share the adventure in online
See, I
co-op.
told you this was
Drop
He-Man.
in and out at any
Uh-oh.
time as you face the many perils ahead. By the power of teamwork,
Oh wow, yeah.
Myth-Force
They even
launches on
almost said
Nintendo
the
Switch
thing, huh?
system this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't play that.
This
Oh,
Splatfest
shit!
is going to be
I didn't buy this
pretty
game yet,
sweet.
sadly. I probably
I'm
should.
seeing so many people lose their shit over Splatfest.
Splatoon is
Every
good.
time I look at it.
You ever play
Splatfest.
Splatoon?
Hummer P.
It's
Uh-oh.
like Guild Wars, but like people are even more heated.
Yes. Which one is it this time? What is it?
The next Splatfest for the Splatoon 3 game has been confirmed.
What is it?
What is it?
Okay, Squids, here's the theme. Which flavor of ice
Vanilla.
cream is best?
Vanilla.
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 Vanilla. Yeah.
No,
Everybody
midship, though.
saying.
This Splatfest
Midship.
will be during the day
Come on, you
of
can
the
put
summer.
cum on the battlefield. Come on.
Oh yeah, you know what? You kind of spitting.
Vanilla.
These choices are delicious.
Look at it!
Guide your favorite
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna
flavor
yell at my
to
friend really fast.
Yami's becoming one of them. He doesn't even
Plus,
play
get sweating in
Splatoon.
themed battles
Cum
with
or
challenges.
P, it would be a much
More
better
Splattastic events
Splatfest.
are on the way. Be on the lookout for more info in the future.
Vanilla. Easy. Why is Pokemon back?
Are we getting a new Detective Pikachu?
Is this Arceus? No, okay. They showed the one visual for a second. I was like, wait, that looks very Arceus.
Promote an even stronger bond between the people and Pokemon of Prime City.
Huh?
Pikachu!
I hereby proclaim this day the start of Pokemon Friendship.
Look at him!
Tim
Damn.
Pikachu. You two are the ideal detective duo.
I want to play.
I never played the first one.
Disguises are a key part of
Me
detective
neither,
work.
but I probably won't because I think it's on 3DS, but...
It is, yes.
So much for my coffee. Something tells me this is just the beginning.
I'd like it more if they didn't pick
Light roast
Pikachu.
today, huh?
Same.
But that's my bias of I really don't like Pikachu.
I like him, just sick of him. Look at that guy go. Look at him. Go.
Loco going loco.
Oh, I love Slowpoke, dude. Slowpoke's fucking...
Uh-oh.
Based on our deductions, the
He's
culprit
back again.
isn't it? A bolt of brilliance.
You who?
The name's Pikachu.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
And I'm what you might call a great detective.
Are you?
I sure wish somebody would bring me some coffee.
He sound like me.
That was Detective Pikachu Returns.
I wish somebody would bring me a Pokemon.
Looks like he still loves coffee.
He just like
What
me.
cases will Tim and this tough-talking Pikachu solve together?
Can't wait for this
More
frame rate to
info
run at
will be
20 as
revealed in
well.
the future.
We're gonna go to Area
Detective
51 with
Pikachu,
my
and where did
Detective
all my
Pikachu.
cum
Take a look
go?
at this.
Oh no. Alright,
What'd
what
you
do we
say?
got, boys?
Alright.
Uh-oh.
You missed Detective
Here it
Pikachu.
is! It's the one I knew!
Excuse me?
What are you talking about?
Wait a fucking second.
Fat fuck.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, so that
Yep.
picture you saw of Mario?
Yeah.
Look at fat fuck Mario.
Huh. Huh.
So here's my hot
Okay.
here's my
He's
hot
large and in
take.
charge.
Here's my hot take of the day.
Yeah.
Because it involved this. I don't care about Super Mario RPG because I played Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, and Thousand Year Door. They're better games. I don't know what to tell you.
I get to play as Bowser in this one, so I'm very excited.
You get
In
to play as
turn-based
Bowser in
combat.
Super Paper Mario. Dab, 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 dab.
Yeah, that's like shitty side-scrolling Bowser, though. I want fucking
Okay, but Bowser's
3D
inside
shitty Bowser.
RPG Bowser.
Mind
Also,
you,
look at this dude.
I like Super Mario RPG. It's just, I did in fact play the RPG Mario games that I think are better already.
I would prefer they just continue to make more Paper Marios that are unique.
Good luck.
No,
But yeah, that's not happening, so this is good to me. Also Peach. I like Peach a lot.
it's
Mallow.
a thundercloud who gets angry.
You don't have parents.
Oh, it's really
fucking
pretty though.
spoilers.
Holy shit. God damn.
I'm happy. This makes me happy. I'm really surprised they decided to put resources into remaking this.
It is one of the most beloved games ever made, man.
It is, but it's also one that feels like Nintendo is angry to think about.
Yeah.
But it turns out it might not be. Yeah. Man!
Because why would you
November
let Gino?
17th.
I'm happy. I didn't
Yes,
know that
put
one.
Gino in
Super
Smash.
Mario
It's gonna happen
RPG
again.
Returns with brand new graphics.
Yo, I heard the Smash update's gonna come out. It's gonna happen. It's for real, for real.
Yeah, my dad works at Nintendo News.
Can we talk about the enslaved Donkey Kong in 4K?
Nope.
That last trailer
What are you
featured
talking
Mario,
about?
Okay.
but he's not the
It's
only
Blanca.
one getting a game.
Yes.
Huh? What do you mean?
Let's take a peek.
Is the other thing I knew? Yay, nay?
I like her. Whoa, hold up!
I
Wait,
didn't
are we
know
getting
this
a
one
good one
actually.
now?
That's right. Princess Peach will star as the main character in a brand new game. When
No!
she steps on this particular spot on stage,
Huh? Whoa.
Whoa.
What on earth is happening?
Yeah, what is
Oh, I
happening?
don't know.
Oh, what
that's
is
all
it?
we'll show for now.
Thank you for showing me
you,
nothing.
Nintendo.
Especially knowing
Thank-
it comes
thank
out this
Nintendo.
year.
Izumi, there's actually something else.
What?
Huh?
There's
I
more.
want to play as Peach! Yo,
Uh-oh.
hold up.
Yeah!
I didn't play 3 yet, though.
Visually enhanced version
That-
of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
2.
Originally released on Nintendo
Okay.
3DS is in development.
Okay, okay.
We hope
I didn't play
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Luigi's ghost.
I like this.
Good direct already.
Both games will launch next year.
They lied to me!
They
No,
lied,
it's the
you
next
sons
year.
of bitches. I only cared about Luigi's Mansion
Looks like Mario
anyways.
fans have a
I
lot
only
of
cared about it in the year
More
2023.
details will be shared in the future.
Wild to think there's gonna be another
Alright,
fucking
let's
Mario
see some more
announcement.
headlines.
Well, yeah, because Mario.
There will
Mario.
always be Mario.
See, it's Mario.
What is this?
It's Mario!
Yeah, it's
Mario.
Mario.
Is this just the Arkham games coming to Switch?
It's Mario.
Oh, this
Mario.
is totally the Arkham games coming to Switch, yeah.
We
Okay.
went how
Oh,
many
it's
years
Bat
without
Mario.
a Mario announcement though, Matt?
Yeah,
So now
but
we
now
got
we
4.
get Mario.
Yeah.
Hey, technically
the
we get a
award-winning
Mario
Mario
announcement every year, thank you.
Shut up.
Just not
Well,
actual
yeah.
Mario.
And then they put out a skin for Batman that turns him into Mario.
Let's go!
Today is the Joker's big homecoming, and you're the guest of honor.
I only played City and Night.
I played all of these.
Oh wait, I lied. I played Origins as well.
All of
And I
them
also
are
played
good.
Origins.
How is this gonna run on Switch?
What?
It won't.
Probably very mediocrely.
Streaming?
Asylum and the City will be fine. Night is going to be interesting.
believe that was the idea.
Oh wow, showed it.
Oh, the
Because
Joker.
Asylum and City
Yeah.
both ran on the 360.
So they really did. So they really want to forget about Origins, huh?
Yes,
I
it was.
mean, Origins kind of liked it.
I don't think
it
that
wasn't
one
the
was made
Rocksteady
by
one.
Rocksteady, right?
Yeah, it wasn't the Rocksteady one, so.
Batman
That is
Arkham
also
Trilogy
very true.
launches on Nintendo Switch this fall.
The only cool part of Origins
Play
was that they had
your part
Deathstroke in it.
Mercenary.
Oh, card game?
Lead your mercenaries through cursed dungeons.
Oh, it's
and lands of
Gloomhaven.
gloom.
Gloomhaven is what Colin
Your tactical
plays.
prowess is all that
Oh,
stands
fine.
between
Alright.
riches and certain death.
5
This
FPS.
adaptation of the hit board game features turn-based card battles with RPG elements.
Man, I sleep.
Nice.
Deadly combos.
Gloomhaven's pretty fun.
Yeah, it
But
just sucks that it's like, look at, like,
exhaustion is close at hand.
I'm hoping it is not this frame rate.
What
are you talking about?
Yeah, probably.
For what it's worth, the game is already out. You can look into it. Like, this is just the Switch version. The game's
Oh,
been on
really?
PC for a while.
I don't know why, I thought it was a board game.
It is originally, but it has a video game as well. Or maybe the
didn't know
video
that.
game was first, then the board game. Either way.
Huh, oh,
It-
yeah, I'll
it-
pick that
it's-
up.
It simultaneously exists.
Board game with card
Nintendo
mechanics.
eShop.
Kill the game.
Uh-oh. This is still happening?
Well, yeah.
Why not?
I forgot there's always middle-aged moms.
There's
Yo,
also
I'm just
JoJo.
saying, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader should come out on the Switch.
Warhammer Just Dance should come out on the Switch.
Let me dance to the fucking Dark Tide OST.
There you go.
This is how we do it.
He's pregnant.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Blackpink. I actually like Sales. Get it out of there.
What's wrong with Just Dance?
And it's just like hitting that Bleak Sword DX art to me. And by that I mean, why are the whites so bright? It's like hurting my eyes. The fucking... Jesus Christ.
To make you dance harder.
Bro. It's blinding
Dan.
what it is.
Damn.
Gene Dance.
A
Jance.
silent hope lies in a world without
Cute
words.
Weebart.
Damn.
One day,
I'm
a once
smitten.
peaceful realm was silenced by its king.
Whoa.
One day, all of the
Now,
colors
7
inverted.
wordless warriors will rise. In this action RPG,
Uh-huh.
these
Red-haired
heroes
girl,
bound
pretty
by
cute.
fate must work together to explore the abyss and find the secluded king.
What's the gameplay like? Show
However,
me.
With its ever-changing
X
dungeons and
Diablo.
powerful foes,
I would say not Diablo, and I would say Mana.
wield weapons like
Diablo.
swords,
You mean
bows,
Mana?
magic, and more
Diablo.
to survive
Mana.
the deadly
Diablo.
chasm. After you return to base, materials you've collected will
Harvest
help you cultivate
Moon.
resources
Diablo.
and forge new items. Repeated forays into the abyss
Yep,
will enable
this is
you to
Diablo.
grow stronger
Mana.
and dive deeper.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
No.
No.
Guide on this journey is the kingdom's sorrowful
And then you
princess,
leave.
encased in a crystal of her own tears. And through a mysterious power, her voice reverberates in the hearts of the silent warriors. Why did the king steal the world's words? And what awaits the warriors in the depths of the
What a
abyss?
good way to increase your animation budget. Make it
Silent
that the
Hope
characters
dives
can't
onto
talk in
Nintendo
lore.
Switch, October 3rd.
But then they have voice acting in the game
Sparks will fly.
Yeah, but that's not for the
Nintendo
7
Switch
main
games.
characters, buddy.
until the end, where they all get to
And
say 2
cultivate
lines.
Your best life in Fae Farm.
Oh shit, another Stardew.
yeah.
Let's
Make use
go!
of magic
I
to
think this one
complete
was already
tasks and
announced.
fend
Yeah,
off
they already
mischievous
But it's cute.
foes. Enrich your farm to help your character flourish. Decorate your space to improve
I can't
your
have my
stats for the
wings
day ahead.
indoors.
And enchant your
No.
friends locally or online in 4-player co-op.
Oh, you see that dude
Fae
do a
Farm
fuck? Yeah, there we
launches as a
go.
console
Quadruple
exclusive
axle.
on
Let's
Nintendo
go.
Switch, September 8th. Pre-orders,
Doing a
including an
Zuna drop,
in-game bonus,
do
are
it.
available now on Nintendo eShop. Zoom into wild racing
What?
action with Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
Trackmania.
Turbocharged. Choose from over
Nope.
130
Trackmania.
vehicles and pull
It's
off
literally just
outrageous
Trackmania
stunts
with
to
no
avoid
difference.
It's not,
obstacles,
though.
find shortcuts, and knock your rivals out of the way.
Just Trackmania.
Unleash your creativity by modifying
Yeah,
your vehicles and building your
Diablo.
own tracks. Race locally with friends
Now
in
you're
split
talking.
screen co-op. Plus, up to 12 players can hit the track
It's
online.
F-Zero.
Grab the
You wanna go
wheel
to an
when
arcade,
this
Zach,
game
and ask if we
speeds
could
up
set
to
our
the
Hot
Nintendo
Wheels
Switch
track up?
system,
Oh,
October
God.
19th.
Go to an arcade and ask if they have
Get
Diablo.
your chassis looking
Oh,
If you
it's,
guys are gonna go to arcade, go to Retroville Arcade
Grab a part,
in
Fix it
Pennsylvania. Not because there's
and toss it
Gundam
over.
Extreme Versus 2 there,
Uh-huh.
and I want to play that.
Points
Nope,
in
not
some
at
life
all.
or
But
Nothing
it's
wrong
for Hot
with
Wheels,
that.
Sure to
guys.
drive
But
6
watch
hours
out
to
for
go to an
treacherous
arcade
pits,
Yami.
pesky UFOs,
Don't worry
and
about
other
that.
workplace hazards.
Man, I can't believe they
Manic
got
Mechanics
abducted.
launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch July 13th.
I'm
Me
sorry.
realizing I've never
Nintendo
played any of the
eShop.
games like this, you know, Overcooked and all that.
Introducing
I'm
the
sorry for
second paid
content, it's so
DLC for
sad.
Mario plus Rabbids.
There's also
Deluxe
rhythm games and stuff. That's
Oh
cool.
no, is that
Mario
another
and
rabbit
friends
that people are
journey
gonna
to
wanna
a
fuck?
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes.
Why?
Filled with new areas to
Why?
explore.
Why is it making so
New
much money
enemies
that
to
they keep
battle.
making them?
Because it's a
Because
good
it's
game.
DLC.
What else will they find in this world of
Yo, is that
magic?
another rabbit people are gonna wanna fuck?
Because, you know,
DLC, the
if you don't
last
know the
Star
lore,
Content
Yami, this
launches
game is
later today.
XCOM for people who don't want to deal with XCOM.
Demo of the main
I've
game
also
is
heard it's
available
just, in
now
general,
on
pretty
Nintendo
fucking
eShop.
good.
It is, because it's XCOM for
Mario's
people who don't
got
want
a
to deal with
gun.
XCOM. Because XCOM's pretty good, but guess what? I don't always want to deal with XCOM.
Is this another Dragon Quest Builders?
No,
If it is, Mac, I swear to fucking God.
this is Dragon Quest, but you're able to command the monsters.
Oh, is it a Joker's edition?
Persona 5?
Oh no, Revenge Stories.
You are now cursed, unable to harm monsters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is, like Max said, Dragon Quest Monsters, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that idea that Pokemon stole from Dragon Quest.
What? No. Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
I saw this take the other day on YouTube that made me even more mad. Some SMT elitist telling people that Pokemon stole from SMT. Fucking Dragon Quest. If you're gonna be an elitist,
I
champion
find
the
it
right
so
things.
funny that every RPG fan out there always wants to claim that their series is so strong, and it's like they always keep forgetting about Dragon Quest.
They forget that Dragon Quest is like the grandfather of every JRPG ever.
The so-called hero is here.
It's like you guys
Dragon
just
Quest.
don't know. I
What's
never
that
say
guy?
that.
It's the Smash Bros. Character.
Uh-oh.
That was Dragon Quest Monsters.
We haven't gotten one of these in a long time, since like the base DS, I think.
No, we've gotten Dragon Quest games before.
No, Monsters, dummy.
Oh.
Like the last Monsters, I think, was DS.
Info in the future.
Trust me, I would know. I championed Dragon Quest 11 since I played it. And I want to get
Toriyama.
Infinity Strash when it comes out.
How's Toriyama not just the richest man alive?
He is.
'Cause
He
he-
doesn't
Oh,
have
he
to
is.
work a day in his life, but he just decides.
Uh-oh.
Because why not?
Show me.
As its newest recruit,
Show me.
you'll venture to a mysterious planet with all
This
What
game comes
stupid
out
ass
in a
name-
month.
What stupid ass name
You'll
does she
meet
have?
plant-like creatures called
Flembo.
Pikmin.
I like Flembo.
I want to see the new
And
one.
Adorable rescue pup.
Oh my god, he's adorable!
Your
That's
mission,
not the
should you
new
choose
Pikmin,
to
by the way,
accept it,
Zach.
repair
But he's
the
so
damaged
cute.
rescue corps
Yeah,
spaceship
I just
and
like look forward to
save
another
any
one
castaways
even.
you find.
Oh my god.
Let's explore.
I can't believe
together.
Dragon Quest Monsters made a Persona reference.
Once plucked,
Oh my
you're
god,
ready
it's
for
so
action.
pretty.
Blow your whistle to gather them and have them follow you.
Oh my god, just like Smash!
Uh-oh.
And they'll start
They
working
stole
for
from
you.
Smash.
I stole from
Ochi will
StarCraft.
also prove to be a great canine
Except
companion.
yes.
Did you know Pikmin's really big in Korea?
Oh, he got a weight of
Balls in
3.
your way.
Oh, he big helpful.
And if you
Okay.
need a flotation device, well,
Hey yo.
there you go. Ochi can even stand up to the wildest creatures.
Yo, beat him up. Can he die though?
Kill him.
Collect lots of
Ooh.
treasures scattered around the planet to fix
You're
the
really gonna
spaceship's
find a
radar
pristine
and
Game Boy
open up
SP.
new areas to
Damn
explore.
right.
So the
Dog,
game.
don't you have
Ooh.
7 Game Boy
Isn't
Advance
moving to the
SPs
surface,
sitting
though.
around?
So I guess
Take the
this
plunge
game as a
underground.
premise is an in between of Pikmin 1 and 2.
Here,
It
a
looks like.
completely different
Yeah.
environment
Yeah.
awaits.
It's in between Pikmin 1 and 2.
Unusual
Got it.
contraptions.
Roger.
Have you ever gone inside of a house in
Wait,
Pikmin?
what was that Pikmin? Hold up.
Have you ever
And
gone
even
inside of a
more
house?
treasures are
What's that
around
Ice
every
Boy? And the
corner.
answer is I don't think so.
You might unexpectedly find some castaways too.
Yo,
He's fucking dead.
We gonna have co-op?
we're gonna take his ass
Co-op
back to the
Pikmin?
ship.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey yo.
What?
This leafy individual just nabbed the castaway. You've got to
No,
stop
he's
him.
gonna kill him.
I'm gonna
It's
cook him
time
up.
for a Dandori
Are you gonna
battle.
guess if it's
He's eating
Olimar?
Then he's gonna
Yeah,
eat
is that
me.
Pikmin
They are
Olimar?
Dandori.
Oh man, this really is
Issuing
Pikmin
commands
2.
to your Pikmin
Huh.
and Ochi.
For those who don't know,
Collect
Pikmin
objects
2
and your
had
opponent within the time
PvP.
limit to
Yeah,
win
with
and
Louis.
save the
It was really
castaway.
fun. I love Pikmin 2 PvP.
By rescuing castaways, you'll be able to
Is it
I'm glad that
co-op?
this game is no
activities
longer a
back at
meme
base camp,
anymore.
which is
Like, it's
right
actually
next to
coming
your
out.
spaceship. Train Ochi and teach him new
What?
skills.
What? Pikmin's turning into an RPG?
Or build new equipment
Ochi
and items to help make
RPG.
exploration more manageable.
Holy shit!
For the first
You
time
give him
in the
an
Pikmin
RPG.
series, you can eventually set out.
I
on
mean, I'm
your
okay
own
with that.
expedition.
I just want Pikmin.
But there's a catch.
Night expeditions, though, Zach. That sounds
Nightfall sends
terrifying.
creatures into a frenzy.
I say, how does that work? Whoa!
With the red
Thankfully,
eyes.
you'll come across
Yo,
the
who
Pikmin,
this?
which only appear at night.
Oh, yo, I love him!
Find Lumina.
Oh, those Pikmin!
Rico. These
What do they
mounds
do?
also attract various wildlife.
Hey, you
So
leave him
use
alone.
little Pikmin to drive them away and protect the luminals.
Hey, yo.
Pikmin Spirit Bomb.
Many more surprises await on this.
I'm so
uncharted
happy.
planet.
I love this game. Well, this
But with the
series.
Pikmin and
It's
Ochi
so
by your
cool.
side,
Yo, he looks
no
so cool.
challenge is too big.
Come on.
It comes out next
Too
month,
small.
Yami.
Fuck with moms.
Unironically.
Pikmin 4.
Let's go!
I wonder what sort of noise
In past
Pikmin would make if you
had
stepped
to
on
return
them.
to your spaceship before sundown.
He says like that doesn't. He says like that doesn't happen in Pikmin games.
No, I meant like as an adult
We
human
hope
though.
you can lead the Pikmin on your
You fight
Like
things
what?
basically big enough for that.
What,
Is
would
that the
your
sound,
butt-
Mac? The,
Pikmin news to
Yeah.
share.
Would your boot fucking go?
what is this? Pikmin 1?
The first two Pikmin games
Hey, yo!
originally released on Nintendo GameCube.
Are you doing it?
Launch on Nintendo
Holy
Oh.
shit!
today.
Hey,
Your
yo!
reference to Pikmin streams.
Unironically, maybe later today.
Pikmin 4 will be available on
Fuck,
Nintendo
I'm gonna be
eShop
at work,
on
I
June
can't watch.
28th.
Pikmin!
The demo can be enjoyed even if
I don't
you've
give a
never
shit
played
about the
Pikmin
demo. I want to play
series
Pikmin
before.
1 and 2
I
again.
hope you'll try it out when it releases.
And play Pikmin 1 and 2, and then play the demo, and then the game.
No, and then I'll play Pikmin 3 because it's also on the Switch.
Play Pikmin.
The whole Pikmin series can be enjoyed on the Switch. I knew about this one. I lied.
I didn't know about this.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1.
Fucking
This
excuse me?
compilation includes Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know what's all in it, though. I only knew of 3.
I saw 3 and I'm all right.
Metal Gear
3,
Solid 2,
and,
Sons of Liberty.
Metal Gear 1, I'm guessing? Like Metal Gear, Metal Gear?
Deadly amphibious
Metal Gear
weapon.
1 and 2.
Yep,
Metal
yep, got
Gear
it.
Solid 3.
It-
I want to
Snake
play.
Eater. Survive
it's
the
the-
jungle.
Yami, have you ever played Metal Gear
Born
Solid?
Mentor. You can also
I played
enjoy the games that started the series.
Revengeance.
Metal Gear.
It's time
Play
for you to
Metal
play
Gear
Metal Gear
Solid.
Solid. And I'll have you know,
as
Revengeance
well as
isn't
the
Metal Gear
NES
Solid,
versions of
buddy.
both Metal Gear and Snake's
Get
Revenge.
that.
It has
done.
Metal Gear in the name.
Metal Gear, but not Metal Gear
This
Solid.
compilation also
Oh.
contains the
Wait,
first
he's
Metal
right.
Gear Solid
It's Metal
digital
Gear
graphic
Rising,
novel
buddy.
and its sequel. Additional content includes screenplay books and master books with story and character info, strategy guides for each game, and
Snake
a digital
Eater!
soundtrack. Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, wait, Volume
Master
1?
Collection
You know what
Volume
that
1
Yeah,
means.
launches on
didn't you
Nintendo Switch,
see that when they
October
first announced it?
24th.
No, because I was like, wait, does this mean we're gonna get Metal Gear
First
4
three
on the
Metal Gear
Switch?
Solid games will also be available
Yeah,
separately
maybe.
on Nintendo eShop.
Imagine Metal Gear 4 on the Switch, dude.
It's time
Uh-oh.
to survive.
Video
Don't.
game.
Okay.
Steal thyself. Vampires.
This
How is
game
this
coming
game
to
gonna-
Switch is probably good for people wanting to play it, but how is it gonna run?
How is this game gonna run on the Switch?
What do you mean?
Stay on the move.
It's
to
actually
avoid
looking like it's
enemies
holding up pretty
and
well.
attack automatically with your
It's-
weapon.
Until you find out that they're not showing you the Switch
Swarms of
version.
increasingly stronger monsters
Yeah,
from
that's
the longer you
Definitely on
survive.
PC.
By getting treasure chests from
Yeah.
defeated enemies, or by leveling up. You'll acquire weapons and upgrades for your character, so shape them as you
Yo,
see
she got a
fit.
strut.
At this point, I'll just play a bullet
Now
hell,
play
man.
together in
No,
couch
no, no, no,
co-op.
no, this is different.
No, I will literally just play a bullet hell.
Find out.
I will play one of the 900 Tohos.
Nintendo Switch system,
This isn't a bullet
August
hell, though.
17th.
It is not.
I'm not saying it is, I'm saying from what I've seen, I will just play a bullet
Nah.
hell.
Sounds pretty
It's not.
cool.
It's not that though.
I think you're missing
You're
the
a pigeon.
point,
Yeah.
Why play
Well, I
the
think you're
inferior
missing the
game
point.
genre?
because
Yeah.
it's much
Play
superior.
online in this rhythm battle royale and aim to
Why
be
would
the
you not want to
last
play
bird
an ass
standing.
game? What's wrong with you?
30
Yo,
players can
bird.
ruffle each other's feathers in musical minigames. Copy the
Musical
reader's actions
rhythm games,
perfectly
you
in
say?
Yes, Commander.
Yeah. They announced this at one of the other
Slingshot
shows we
to play
watched, I
music
think.
in
We just
They-
didn't see
Yeah,
gameplay
Yeah,
of
they
it.
didn't show like this much of it.
Race and fly to the
Is this
rhythm
finally the
to
battle
sky,
royale game for
and
me?
more. With
You
over
should play
20
Fall Guys.
minigames,
That's
you're
not
in for an
music-based.
impeccably good time.
It's fun though.
It's not WarioWare based.
Get ready to shake those pigeon tails when Headbangers Rhythm Royale
Okay.
bops its way onto Nintendo Switch October 31st.
That's actually a really cool concept, but I'm surprised
Yeah.
it wasn't done a lot faster.
Ready,
Battle
set,
Royale Wario.
Yo! They're yoing!
Penny is
Who's
on
this
the run,
Scrunglow?
entangled in
Uh-oh, I
a
saw
tradition that
collectibles.
veered way
Oh
off
no!
She's managed to make some
Collectathon.
powerful enemies and a newly animated friend. In this 3D platforming adventure from the team behind Sonic Mania,
Oh.
you'll explore
Oh.
That'll catch a lot of people's interest.
Macaroon
Huh.
and help Penny and
I like the
Yoshi
idea of the
save
yo-yo
the
because it looks like you can place it
Emperor
anywhere.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Perform stylish
It got
acrobatic
Mario
tricks
Odyssey
to
vibes,
avoid
actually,
Eddie's
with, like, the hat
massive
toss.
horde of pushy penguins. And power up Yo-Yo to protect Penny from foul play. You can also put your
I was gonna say it
speedrunning
had some, like,
skills to the
Sonic
test in
design
time attack
vibes,
mode
and now
to
it's like, I
unlock
hear that, I'm like,
special
yeah.
items.
It's funny, like when I look at this, I see a specific game and it's not even Mario Odyssey right now.
What do you think?
I see a lot of Hat in Time, which is
Yeah.
it's a good thing because Hat in Time is great.
Said
I'm
foul
happy-
play, but there was no bird on screen.
Uh-oh, I forgot this is still
Oh
happening.
boy, Mario Kart 8
We
Deluxe.
just
Hey, it's a
get
fun game.
Mario Kart 6. Can we just
10
get Mario
more
Kart 9?
years of
please?
Mario
No.
Kart 8. 10 more years.
Are we gonna get new characters with this pack though too?
Yeah,
Hey,
we got
Petey!
They ruined my fun. I was about to say no. Why would you?
And Wiggler. Are you
Who
ready
the
for
fuck
Wiggler
gives a
Wednesday?
fuck about Wiggler?
You know you're gonna see
Wiggler
it.
Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
He gets
Oh, he
eight.
mad.
Oh, yo, it's alright. I'm good. We good. Kamek, I like Kamek.
Give me another Rosalina.
Motherfucker out here downing on Wiggler, but then
Do you
saying,
need
"Yo,
another
Kamek."
Rosalina?
Yeah,
for?
Kamek.
Yes, I need another Rosalina.
Oh,
Yo, you
why,
go
though?
fuck yourself, you wiggly ass motherfucker.
Because more
Shut the fuck up.
Rosalina.
Wigger Wednesday.
Damn, let him know. Let him know. Talk to him. Talk to him. Let him know.
The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
Damn.
Bitch bug ass out of here. Fuck you.
Two worlds,
Damn.
one
Damn.
I'll play this.
encounter.
Star Ocean.
I say that is. This is. I lied. I knew about this, but I didn't know it was related to the direct.
2D and 3D
No,
is
it
on the
wasn't.
way.
They announced it like a couple
After a
days
mission
ago.
goes
Okay,
wrong,
okay. This is really
They
good
said
because
it's coming to the
is
Switch.
Star Ocean 2 is largely considered the best, and it was remade for the PSP, but then it died on the PSP. This is
It's got
literally
that
the
gorgeous-
first time
Looked like
people
on
get
the
to play it.
two get entangled
It got
in a
that
sinister
gorgeous art
plot
style,
within the
too.
galaxy.
And this is what the Star Ocean 1
In
remake
this
has as
science
well.
fantasy RPG, select either Claude or Reyna as your hero and play through
Star
the
Ocean is
story
such a
from their
good fucking
perspective.
franchise.
You'll also meet over a dozen potential allies from all walks of
Are you
life.
gonna mention how they're all
During your
optional?
adventure, the hero
Huh?
you chose and the decisions you make will have an impact on who can be recruited.
Yeah,
to
there
your
it
cause.
is. That's a thing in Star Ocean for those who don't know as a franchise. Like, you get like 4 or 5 mandatory party members and a party of like 8 or 9. The rest is based on your decisions.
New combat features in this remake
I
include
won't
stunning
play.
enemies with chain attacks. And having allies not in your current party unleash follow-up attacks. Let me
Interesting.
map out strategic battles in your favor.
Star Ocean has the best action RPG gameplay to this day. Not in this one, of course, because Star Ocean games played better as they went on. But all of them
Save
hold
the
up.
planet in Star
Unlike
Ocean, the
Tales
second
games.
Story R, launching on Nintendo Switch November 2nd.
That's really good. That's awesome. Star Ocean's great.
It's time.
Uh-oh! Is there actually?
Mac, why did
Whoa.
Get ready for more
There's
micro
actually-
game mayhem in the latest WarioWare game.
Yeah.
Hold 2 Joy-Con controllers, then action.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Move your body to take on a flurry of lightning-fast micro games.
Man, the Joy-Cons are really good for this.
Hands on the micro game. React quickly with the right movement, and you'll be on the road to
That's
victory.
funny. Nice.
Excellent.
You've got 2 pairs of controllers. Play with a friend
Zach?
in local co-op.
Hello.
Sync
Zach?
up your
What?
actions to beat each micro game.
when we stream in
Plus, up to 4
WarioWare?
players can
When you
live
come
it up
over 'cause they
across
said
various
local
mini
co-op?
games in
Yeah, no,
party mode.
still, I'll
For
fucking
example,
WarioWare
this
night. Let's,
dicey
yeah.
board game is gonna keep you on your toes.
Uh-oh.
Get your body moving in over
That's awesome.
200 lightning-fast micro games. In
Arm
WarioWare,
train.
That's
move it.
fantastic.
Launching
Now
on
give me
the
another
Nintendo
Wario
Switch
Land
system
while you're at
November
it.
On the
3rd.
trade.
When's
Pre-orders begin
Wario
today
Land?
on Nintendo eShop.
When?
Pizza Tower.
Yeah.
I want to play Wario Land, not Pizza Tower.
Why aren't you?
Yeah.
Although Pizza Tower
God.
looks fun.
That's Wario
He
Land.
was so
It's
into
not
that.
Wario
Or no,
Land.
it's Wario World.
Anyway,
Wario Land.
This is the latest Wario.
Is it Wario Land or
You'll
Wario
use your
World? I
entire
forget which
body
is
Wario
which.
World
like
was the
different poses
3D beat 'em
and
up.
complete
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Pizza Stars Wario Land.
We have a few more.
Yeah,
things
but
to
that's
share.
not Wario.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Peppino's better than Wario.
Families can join the fun at Nintendo Live 2023. Play games. Enjoy live performances.
Do I look like I like games?
Take photos with some of
Do
your
I
favorite
look like I like
characters,
Nintendo?
and
They're
more.
literally the devil.
Plus,
Uh-oh.
cheer on your favorite
Is that you,
players in
Twitter?
2 championships.
Yes, it's
Eligible
me, Twitter.
attendees can also compete in on-site tournaments and participate in a last chance qualifier. This all-ages celebration is
Mario.
free.
I was gonna
and will
say
take
another
place
Twitter
September
take, but that
1st
probably
through 4th
wouldn't
in
be allowed
Seattle,
to exist
Washington.
on YouTube.
Registration for Nintendo Live 2023 ends June 22nd. Head over to the official website and enter the random drawing for a chance to receive tickets. PAX West badge holders interested in attending can visit the official PAX West website for more details. Those not selected will have another chance to attend with the 3 Challenge Cups this summer.
Yeah.
Hold
The top
up.
10 players from each will get tickets. Please visit the official website for more details. See you there!
A vast number of players are enjoying their time in
Uh-huh.
Hyrule in the Legend of
Gonna
Zelda.
talk about the DLC, I imagine.
Dog,
which released
I
last
haven't
month.
heard of anybody enjoying Legend of Zelda
Thank
Tears
you
of the
all
Kingdom.
very
It is a pretty dog shit video game. So what are the expansions this
talking
time?
about?
An amiibo figure of Link from the game was released to coincide
game's
with the
bad.
game.
I didn't know that came out. That's cool.
New amiibo of Zelda,
Aw.
Ganondorf.
Oh no, they're
are
gonna make
to be
so much
released
money.
this holiday.
The
We're
well,
looking forward to them.
if it came out today, then pre-orders are probably
This
fucking
next segment
stocked.
will be our last announcement.
It would have come out yesterday, actually, because this is from yesterday.
Oh, interesting.
Like the directives. We just watched
So
it
yeah,
late.
they opened up. Ooh,
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
This is what I saw.
yo, we
Finally,
got
an
fun.
actual new Mario?
Yeah.
The Odyssey
Wow,
came
this is
out like
pretty.
Odyssey came out
We
like
make
what,
clay.
2020?
It came out like the year the Switch came out, I think, unironically.
Huh?
Which would be 2017 for reference.
Nah, it's only like 6 years.
This is...
Yeah.
It's crazy, because there's a lot of times where Nintendo only gives you, like, 1 or 2 Mario games a generation, so I'm curious if this is going to be our last Switch Mario.
The 2D Marios they made a lot more of. There was like 3 2D Marios alone on the Wii.
I'm thinking the only ones that are coming to mind are, like, ports.
If you're talking about the 2D ones, there was the new Mario craze stuff,
Yeah.
which the only one that had multiple on a console was the Wii U, if I'm not mistaken.
That does sound right, actually.
Oh wait, no, the 3DS as well. 3DS had 2,
Yeah.
the Wii U had 2, but the Wii and DS only had
Wonder.
1.
I've seen that name around, but I didn't know it was in reference to this. Okay.
Actually, no.
Yo, okay. You got the clay
3DS had the
characters.
second. Yeah.
We're getting...
I like me.
Oh, shit!
Oh, yo, she's in a game! They put her in a game, dog!
We
Four-player
have the...
co-op. Kill your
Also,
friends.
also known as Literal Chaos.
Good. Oh, yo, it's the boy! And he's just straight up playable. Did you see that Yoshi in the top left had a little symbol so that he's just a character?
Nope. Kill Yoshi.
Yeah, look.
Expendable.
Yoshi's riding Yoshis.
Woo!
Hey, yo.
Cannot happen.
Oh, so this is what
Impossible.
happened to the Super Mario Sunshine aesthetics. Got it.
This is more like.
No, I
this
mean,
is
like...
honestly.
I meant the way, like, it
like-
broke apart and reassembled there. It's straight up Sunshine. It's like the Sunshine thing. What is that?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's the...
Oh, it's the one? Yep. Voice acting in My Mario?
God forbid we get it in Pokemon.
That was the brand new 2D side-scrolling.
That looks
Mario
awesome.
game, Super Mario Brothers.
Did it have a release date that I missed?
When you touch a
Wonder.
Wonder Flower, expect the
Mario's
Wonder
gonna
what
pick
the
up the
release date
Wonder
is.
Weapon.
Start moving,
Whoa, buh.
or you might
They showed that in the
something
trailer if you didn't
different,
see.
for example.
I did not see that.
There
The
are
long
also
Mario.
flowers talking. Daisy is playable, and Mario Mario became an elephant at the end.
Oh my god, are you ready for the cursed garbage that's gonna be Elephant Peach?
So we hope you'll look
Uh-oh.
forward to it.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
That's a pretty good direct. I can't complain.
I know I haven't played the last one that came out, but you know what I want to be in the next direct?
What's that?
What?
New Kirby.
He says like that game's not only a year old.
Yeah, I want
Play
new Kirby.
Play it.
I want new Kirby.
Just play the one that you didn't play.
Let me go see how much Pikmin 1 and 2 is.
I'll play Kirby.
Probably $60, if not $60, $40.
Yep, baby, I'll tell you in a second. It is 50. They met you in the middle.
Damn.
$30
Fucking
each separately,
bastards.
or a bundle at 50. Which
Yeah,
honestly,
shitheads.
that's a good deal for those games in my opinion. So.
No, the shitheads. Kill them now.
Nintendo is
Pikmin 1 and 2
literally the
pretty
most
cool.
greedy and like consumer unfriendly company that ever made.
Meanwhile, me popping off about the ability to play Pikmin.
No, Kirby like literally never.
Hmm.
Nintendo is not like your friends,
Think-
Zach. They're actually like flaying puppies right now as we speak. You
Good.
Yeah,
shouldn't
they had
buy
to
their
flay them
game.
for Nintendogs. Everybody knows about that.
How else are we supposed to fit them in the cartridge?
I didn't look at this. Was this ever
Fucking
come out?
dumbass.
Did it not come out yet? Okay, I had to check.
What, Nintendogs? No, they didn't kill
No,
enough puppies
not
for it.
not that. Eiyuden Chronicles. The Star Ocean art reminded me about Eiyuden Chronicle.
They didn't kill any puppies. They only killed dogs.
Ah!
See, Yami's just figuring out
Coming
about this for the
soon.
first time. Didn't you know
And
that,
Mario
Yami, that like
Fat Fuck.
Nintendo actually like went to PETA and helped execute a few dogs to make Nintendogs?
No.
That says he's totally making it up like a dumbass.
No, it's true.
It's true. Look it up.
It's kind of wild that they went for the clay sort of old style that they did.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Like, why'd
really
they kill
3D
the
rendering.
dogs if they weren't this?
Oh, do you mean for the Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
like it.
It looks
were
really
doing
nice
They were doing it for
visually.
the Mario RPG, and then they have this.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I'm really excited, you guys. I like Mario.
Mario's cool. If they could give me one more than every like 5 to 6 years, I'd be very happy.
I'm kind of hoping Rosalina isn't just the unlockable character for beating the game again, but if there's no other, if you don't get Rosalina earlier, I hope she's the character you unlock for beating the game again.
Wiggle. It's okay. I'm
You knew
rewatching
that-
the Wonder trailer.
You knew that about the last Mario World, right, Zach?
I did not, because I didn't play it
When you
fully. Was
beat-
that 3D World?
Something like that, I think. But when you beat the base game, you get Rosalina.
I didn't know that. I'm assuming it's the one on the Wii U.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably 3D World then.
3D World, good.
Did they? I don't remember. Did they port it to Switch?
Yeah. They ported it to Switch, and then they put out the expansion for it. Bowser's Fury.
I asked this in the most genuine way. Are the only games locked on Switch yet the Zelda
Xenoblade
games and
Chronicles X.
Xenoblade X? Is that it?
Alas.
Damn.
Which Zelda games?
I imagine
too?
that there's
Twilight
more.
Princess and Wind Waker HD are both on Switch.
Oh yeah, those aren't on. Oh wait, are they on Switch now?
Or they're on the Wii U, forgive me. They're not
Alright.
on
No,
Switch.
no,
I wish they were on Switch, but they're not.
they were not, because Wind Waker is basically Wii U's Wind Waker HD was actually my first time playing Wind Waker. I did not play the original.
That's good, because Wind Waker HD is better. They address some of the few issues of Wind Waker.
That's pretty cool to hear, because that's a game that I have very fond memories of.
It's a good game. Like the big one they address is I don't know if you got far enough in it to have to deal with the Triforce fetch quest shit.
I did.
They changed that in the HD to make it much less egregious than it was originally.
Which is nice because it's still a thing you got to go out and do, and it's still like a little bit of a, but it's not.
It's not as bad as it was in the GameCube version.
Which it should be. I feel like that it fits the world and all that, but it shouldn't be what it was.
The best way to put it, and this goes into like the Zelda 1-ish talks that I've been having lately and all that, is I again get to look at games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and go, no, all this is what this was culminating to.
Yep. Yeah,
It's all
detailed
that.
story experience.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
This is a very good direct. The more I skim through it, the more I go, no, this is just a good direct.
Yeah, it made me happy the whole way through.
Like there's some stuff I don't care about, right? Like Just Dance and the Arkham trilogy. But whenever Nintendo was talking about actual Nintendo products, it was fantastic.
I also gotta say, even for like the small weird side stuff, where it was like Just Dance and Arkham were the two things I was like the only two things I wasn't interested in. Even that like fairy not Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon style game is like I looked at that and I was like, I probably won't play it, but this looks really cute. Like I know a lot of people that will probably look at this and go like, ooh, you know.
Fae Farm, it's literally on my screen.
Yeah.
For me, it's like the ones I mentioned. Persona 5 Tactica, I do not give a shit about.
I'll probably play Tactica.
Because again, it's like with Tactica, I look at that and go, y'all literally made a game and didn't know how to sell it, so you fucking slap Persona characters.
I want to play Royale first, and I want to play Tactics Ogre after that, but I will probably play Tactica eventually.
What I'll say is play Tactica first.
Just so I'm not like,
I think
Tactica.
I think Tactics Ogre will spoil you because
yeah.
It is like that and FFT are the gold standards of that style. So I would say start with I'm assuming it's gonna be lesser. I don't know for sure. I'm just basing off of the 20 to 30 years since Tactics Ogre and FFT.
There is a chance that Persona 5 Tactica is the best tactics game ever made, but it's not a bet I would not.
Yeah, it's like there's the chance, but we've lived in a world of 30 years where FFT and Tactics Ogre were the standard, and no one's really crushed through that yet. So I assume this is gonna be it.
Play the Disgaea again.
The new Amnesia game.
Disgaea is good, but I don't recommend them for people because they're crazy.
I also don't recommend them as a tactics game.
There's the different one made by the same developers that has it so that it's even weirder, dumbass shit.
But it's like, the new Amnesia could be the new best horror game. I don't know how I'm gonna I'm not gonna look at it and be like, this might be better than Silent Hill 2. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it could. Chances of that happening are still small, but it's probably still good.
Well, I'll say a new Dragon Quest I'll buy probably day one. Dragon Quest is cool. I'm not as excited for Monster as I am the other Dragon Quest that got confirmed a few months ago, Infinity Strash, like the action RPG.
Yeah, the one based off the anime.
Yeah, is that what it's based off of?
Yeah.
No wonder those characters look so familiar to me. I was trying to place it outside of the obvious Lamau, it's Toriyama art. But I looked at the designs. I was like, these characters look so specifically familiar.
I can't believe that Dragon Quest Monsters ripped off Persona 5. Look at the name of the DS game. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Joker Edition.
Yeah.
It's like Dragon Quest Monsters and Dragon Quest Monsters 2 Joker Edition. But yeah,
you posted twice.
Well,
because you didn't see it.
Then again,
I did see it the first time. I heard you say it and knew what you were doing the first time, and I even said it out loud.
Also, now
what about Joker 3 though?
Now that I think about it, you could probably just play Tactics Ogre Valent, because I just remembered you've played FFT.
Yeah.
You already have the taste of what the standard is.
To be fair though, I played Tactics when I was 12.
Got it.
It has been a while. I remember loving the games. I can't tell you what made them better than other tactics games I played since. It was that level of
I'll say I can sum it up in a very simple way.
What?
And let me double check Tactica again and watch the gameplay to make sure of something, so I know where to actually liken it properly.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I hear that you were annoyed with my Joker 3 reference, but what about if you were a professional Joker 3?
I wasn't annoyed, but now I am.
Alright, so looking at Tactica again.
That box art goes fucking hard, though.
I'm looking at Tactica again, and this is an even weirder blend to me in a lot of ways. Right? And the reason it's a weirder blend is So it looks like it's it's a mixture specifically of the FFT style and the Fire Emblem style. And the reason I say that is one of the biggest things that separate games like Tactics Ogre and FFT and by proxy Triangle Strategy from other grid-based is verticality. Yes, like they take verticality into account in those games. This game looks like it doesn't. So it makes me think more of a Fire Emblem, but this game also has these massive like AoE attacks, which that is not something you typically get in Fire Emblem. That is closer to like tactics.
That's what I was thinking when I saw him. Like I saw Joker about to cast Iha, and I was like, it has the grid.
Yeah, so like this is a weird in between. It's like a weird in between the two because I'm not seeing anything that looks genuinely like verticality. Like at best, there's walls in the way, but Fire Emblem also does do that. So yeah, I guess it's somewhere in the middle of them. Which, at that point, I once again will say, why don't I just go play the other things? So I get either or. But it's also my half bias coming out because I just don't give a shit about Persona 5 as a product at this point. I am so bled fucking dry on this.
Please be excited.
I
can't. I am so bled dry on P5.
Please be excited because this is yet. Let me count. So there's Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, the Gotcha, Grand Blue, Strikers, the dancing game, Tactics. Yeah, this is the 7th time that Joker has been in a.
You're forgetting Persona Q2, buddy.
No, I did count Persona Q2.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So yeah, please clap.
No. I am bled fucking dry. All I can say is thank God that Katsura Hashino's new game is finally real. Again. Thank God.
Did you see the new League of Legends champion is just a fucking dog?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I did see
that. I don't see League things.
I saw it when I first
well,
was like, going.
It's not a leak. It's more akin to like. I think it was just straight up a reveal. The thing that like people.
No, I mean like I don't see League of Legends things.
Oh, League, not League. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I just
Persona 5.
I don't know League things.
You know, like the things like Rost and Aatrox, Zach, where they're like the swords that possess the body that like got them.
Yeah.
It's a wolf that picked up a darkened dagger, and now she's a fucking darkened wolf and just plays a fucking dog.
Damn.
It looks really neat though.
Has to release.
Yeah, it's like Nightmare but a dog.
On the level of 4.
It's honestly kind of cool.
That's funny. That's really fucking funny.
Like Soul Calibur Nightmare but doggo.
So we got at least one more game for Persona 5 to be as amount of games. Yeah.
It better be the fighting game next time.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. No. What do you mean no? That would be cool. Persona 5 characters in the fighting game would be awesome.
It doesn't matter if it would be cool. It doesn't exist. Why would it?
It would also be cool if you deposited $5,000 in my bank account, Yami. Do it now.
Okay, but if we get Persona 5 Arena, then yeah.
You'll deposit $5,000 in my bank account if we get.
Yes, if Persona 5 Arena comes out and it is a good game, then I will deposit $5,000.
I am. This is all recorded.
Persona 5 Arena has to come out and it has to be a good game, and I will deposit $5,000.
Well,
define good game.
I say good game is subjective, Yami. How do you define that?
All right, so here's how I define it. It has to be of the same quality system-wise and gameplay-wise as Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. That is
okay. So it's not going to be a good game.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, Persona 4 Arena and Ultimax exist. We know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's why you're trying to make it very hard.
God.
I think you're gonna lose $5,000, Yami.
I might lose $5,000.
Yami just doesn't want to admit that Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is just Grand Blue Fantasy Versus before Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
You're trolling, bro. There's only like 2 characters in that game that resemble Persona 4 characters.
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
Nope.
It's just Matera.
Nope.
Nope, alright.
Final Fantasy 16.
If I'm being technical,
I'm glad.
If you want me to go down the technicality route, I could draw all the through lines for you about how Yosuke and Seox are in the same archetype as are Yosuke and Lance.
Okay, so they're in the same archetype, but they
Gran
don't.
and Gran and Narukami, Jira and Narukami.
Who?
They're Shotos? They're Shotos?
Yeah,
That's like saying Ryu and Ken or Narukami? I mean, if we want to go down that route, then sure.
Yeah, we can. Ladiva
I mean,
and
I guess.
Kanji.
Then damn, you're right.
See, look how easy this was. That's crazy.
Are you talking about Ladiva and Kanji? Because if you said Basaraga and Kanji, you were like...
No, Ladiva Kanji.
Okay, then yeah, that makes sense. If you said like Boss and Kanji, we were like actually doing this because that would be not correct.
Hell, if you want me to go another step further, Seox and Akihiko, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh, I will give you Seox Yosuke more than I will give you Akihiro and Seox.
Akihiro, he says, doesn't even know his name. That's crazy.
Akihiko. Why I'm playing Gundam right now, so that's why I keep thinking of Akihiro.
But yeah, obviously, I'm correct. I'm totally not BSing for gaslighting sake. I would never.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do that, right?
I'm not about that life, man. Shit, I'm at the Super Mario RPG part of the Direct, because I've just been replaying it the whole time.
I love Super Mario.
I will say, I will buy this game and play it. Maybe even at launch. I do like the game. It's just, again, it's sad because it kind of goes into the Chrono Trigger boat for me, where I can understand why people like this game so much, just as I understand why people like Chrono Trigger so much. I don't understand why these are both lauded as two of the best RPGs ever made. We've had much better since in both realms.
Honkai Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rail.
Like, in Mario alone, we have had at least 3 RPG games that I think are better than Super Mario RPG, at minimum. And that's Super Mario, or Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I think all 3 are better games than Super Mario RPG.
But they don't have Geno.
Yeah, so they're better.
Yeah, but they don't have Geno.
Yeah, so they're much better. They are superior products.
I'll be right back.
They don't have Mallow.
You know what Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door has? It has Rex.
Not Mallow?
It has Rex.
Doesn't have Cloud with Angry Face.
Excuse me, that's actually in the first Paper Mario, buddy.
Incorrect, opinion.
That's a whole boss in the Cloud realm.
Nope. Does he wear funny pants?
I don't think so, but it's been a while.
Exactly.
I think
he doesn't wear funny pants. It's not the same Cloud.
I think it's a Cloud with fists, if I remember that boss
Cloud you're looking for, Sephiroth.
But yeah, it's the same I feel about Chrono Trigger. Like, I played that for the first time in the past 5 years. And I was like, this is a really, really high quality game. And it makes sense because it has a fucking prestigious team working on Chrono Trigger. Dragon Quest guy and Mitsuda and all that stuff.
It had the best
Toriyama.
of the best of the current fucking RPGs at that moment in time.
It's the Lost Odyssey before Lost Odyssey, except people actually played Chrono Trigger. I don't know how Lost Odyssey went under the fucking radar. I don't get it.
Because people pretend as if the 360 doesn't have games.
It's crazy because, like, even with that, it's like
because the PlayStation 3
it's such a prestigious team on Lost Odyssey. Oh my god. Oh Christ. But then again, this is also, I need to also remember that people don't even know who Sakaguchi is by name. Like, I can say Sakaguchi to people playing modern Final Fantasy, and they'll look at me and say, who?
Louis Socks?
Yes.
Yoshi P?
Like, unironically, something that happens a lot is talking with FF14 fans or anyone who likes Final Fantasy in the modern day and talking about Sakaguchi, and I get, who's that? And I have to sigh, my very upset sigh, and be like, he's the one who created the series you're playing right now.
Yeah, who is he?
And that's Sakaguchi.
Ooh.
Ooh. But yeah, so like Chrono Trigger, fantastic game. I do think the selling point of it is the soundtrack, but that's Meat said it is in like my top 5 composers, so you know he's kind of really good. He's a great composer. And it is a good game. The art's good. It's Toriyama art. Who'd have thought? But I will say we have surpassed Chrono Trigger in the JRPG space many times over since then.
Incorrect opinion.
A very correct opinion. Hell, a game made by this has art done by the same dude and written by the same guy who wrote 9/10 of Chrono Trigger is better. It's called Dragon Quest XI, and that game alone is way better than Chrono Trigger.
Potentially correct opinion. The jury's still out. You will be hearing from my lawyer.
When you finally get to Dragon Quest XI.
Finally finish it. After I beat Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, you playing it?
Yeah, I played it for about 8 hours earlier today.
How you liking it?
A very good game. Very quality. That game has a lot of money behind it, as expected.
Yep,
But,
as expected. New mainline entry number and the team on it.
but like, so far, combat, very nice, very solid. They put a lot of things in there though for the people that clearly don't play those types of games.
Yeah.
And it's very funny for how busted that stuff can be.
Is it almost like the FF15 like pseudo turn-based system or something?
No. So what it is that you have 3 trinket slots. And at the start of the game, you're given 4 trinkets. And a little bit later, you'll be given a 5th one. And the trinkets are auto combo. So if you just mash the attack button, you will not only do your basic combo, but you will also do finishers and other specials given that you have them.
Alright, so like almost turns it into a Kingdom Hearts like game.
Yeah, it will. It just turns it so all you got to do is press one button. I would more so describe it as a Muso, but
Hey,
then you
Musos
have-
require 2 buttons for specials, buddy.
True, the XXX and the YYY, and you be sucked. So they have that one, which is, it's neat. Then it has time will slow down if you are near an attack that can be dodged.
Oh wow, that sounds really strong.
So that one's pretty funny. And then they have one that's like, hey, you're just gonna auto dodge everything.
Holy shit.
And then they have one that your assists will automatically do attacks.
Are assists like Torgal, or is it party members as well?
So far, it's only been Torgal.
I was about to ask, does Torgal count as a party member? I don't know how that works.
He's a party member. He's there. He's there doing stuff. He's cool. He's a cool dog. You can pet him. There's an achievement for it. They wanted to be on that Twitter account. They knew. But yeah, and they have those ones there. And outside of that, there's also the difficulty. So there's the action mode and then the story mode. I haven't played on story mode, so I do not know just how funny it is. But like, given what some games that are akin to this have their story modes be, I can only imagine that it is just fucking hilarious when you look at it and it's like, oh, these attacks that potentially do a lot of damage even on like normal difficulty are now like doing nothing. Like the one that kind of like was just, oh man, this is here for people because there's obviously people out there that don't play that many games, but they want to play this one, so this is for them. And it's like, Jesus Christ, though, the like amount that you've held back in a sense is like kind of wild. Like the new Jedi game, so there's like 5 different difficulties. And
in Jedi or Final Fantasy?
In Jedi. In Final Fantasy, I think there's only 2 when you start the game. I imagine if you beat the game.
Hell, I'm impressed there's even difficulty because I can't think of a single mainline entry in Final Fantasy that has a difficulty setting. But continue.
So, like in that new Jedi game, there's 5 different difficulties. They're like the they change enemy behavior as well as damage and parry timing. So like it's not just a number go up when you move the thing over. But the easiest difficulty, I put it on just to fucking see. And it's like, alright, this one enemy that on like the middle road difficulty, what I would consider to be normal, has this attack that will one hit on normal. On the easiest difficulty, that attack does 1/10 of your health bar, and you kill that enemy that is basically a boss in 3 hits. And it's like Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know if 16's story-related mode is like that, but also it's not that particularly hard of a game. Like, I died once, and that was because I was a dumbass. Out of the 8 hours that I played so far, and if I wasn't a dumbass, then that would not have been a death. But hey, yeah, it's really solid. Story very nice. That first 8 hours is like constant shit is happening. The other thing that I could
welcome back.
The other thing I could potentially see like people remarking about 16, just as in terms of like early on stuff, is like the game is fairly linear up until like about 8 to 10 hours into it, and that's like a thing that I can see. But at the same time,
which that's fine. People will always yell about that, but they forget that every Final Fantasy is literally like that for a fraction, at least a segment of the game, and the one exception was 15. Every other Final Fantasy is linear to some nth degree up until a certain point.
I think like a good majority of them are like pretty fucking linear, because like the problem that I sort of run into with like comparing the older games is that there's really only like 1 or 2 places you can go to in the overworld at any given moment in time. It's just the overworld is there to, you know, explore about, but there's nothing to really do in it.
Well, the thing with like Final Fantasies is, especially at 7, and maybe 6, but I didn't play 6, so I can't comment on it comfortably. With 7, you hit the kind of design philosophy that modern Final Fantasies typically adhered to, which was linear to a point where you get the ability to travel around the entire map, which is what 7 does. It's what 8 does, 9, 10, and then you just get the ability to go everywhere. And that's just how they work. But that's the way Final Fantasy has been historically pretty much since 7. Even 13 does it. It's just 13, you don't get access to everything, and 13 takes like 75% of the game to get there.
But yeah, it took about 8 or so hours to get to an open-ish area. I would not consider it to be like the open world aspect, but it's certainly a lot larger than the previous areas that you've been in, because it, like I said, that game, like when they were talking about early on where it's like, hey, this game is going to be 40 hours, but it's going to be 40 hours of like no chill, and it's like, yeah, nah, there's like no chill.
This brings up a question I do have, because I think I saw some light reviews around talking about this. You've played it for like 8 hours, you said now, right?
Yeah.
How do you think multiplying your time with the game by 5, both in storytelling and in gameplay, will it hold up? Because I think of 40 hours to get through a character action game once, and I want to fucking die, personally.
Well, the thing about it is that you're not really doing that much character action stuff, at least for what I've been doing so far. Like the thing that it's kind of funny, because in some ways it is kind of reminiscent to Strangers of Paradise, but just with way more cutscenes and way more money thrown at it, because you'll have the quote-unquote dungeons. You go through it, you'll fight a couple dudes here or there, and then you'll fight a really big cinematic boss fight, and the boss fight is hyper luxurious, and a lot of money went into it, and you're doing like QTEs that are cool and stuff, and then you sit back for like a 10-minute cutscene.
Damn. Sounds like Final Fantasy, all right.
Not exactly 10 minutes, but like you'll have
a
5 minutes. You'll have 5 minutes. You'll have maybe like a fucking encounter, and then you'll go back to cutscene town. And that's kind of the thing that is been interesting with it because, like, yeah, it's an action game, and it certainly is having a lot of stuff going on in that realm, but for the large majority of it, it's not really that, like, focused in on that aspect. Like, the only things that really make that shit shine are the boss fights.
That's interesting design-wise, because as someone who obviously hasn't played the game, or the demo for that matter, it makes me wonder how that's going to work in the long run for that, just because, like, I think, and this is obviously different, but tangentially related, but I think of my complaints I had with Persona 5 Strikers, which was, I'm playing a Muso game, I want to do the Muso thing, but it's constantly throwing me in, like, cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, and when I do get around the FF16, I know it's going to be in the realm of I want to play a character action game again. So it's going to be a weird thing where it's like, here's one tidbit of action, now fuckloads of cutscene, here's tidbit of action, cutscene.
The I guess difference to it is that, like, I don't know how Strikers doles out content or allows you to do stuff, but within the first 2 to 3 hours, you get the ability to then replay.
That is much better. Strikers, you are, like, linear through story or social segments.
Yeah, so, like, after you go through the prologue, I would consider it, and then you start playing the thing. Once you get to your town, after you do your walk and talks to everybody in the town, and you're like, oh, this town's pretty cool, all these people in here are pretty awesome. They'll do a final, like, all right, here is the training room / memory tome. Go to this if you want to learn combo or play thing over again and get rewards for it. And it's like, here's Blacksmith Man.
Ever played Crisis Core? Mac?
No.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask if it was similar to how Crisis Core kind of handles its mission mode.
From what I'm hearing, kinda, but it sounds more like you're straight up playing other things you already did.
Yeah, it's like a mission mode, but for things that you've already done.
It's either you're given two options. You're given the option to go into it as you were when you fought it, and they have limitations to your levels as well as abilities, or you go into it as you are right now.
Got it.
And I assume that the payouts are different. I have not bothered with it because it's like, story in game is nice. I'm just gonna continue playing the story. I don't. The thing about it is that, like, on one hand you could grind. On another hand, there's really no point to it in some way, because, like, you go through it and the benefits of, like, doing something over, unless there is, like, a tangible new item that you're able to get by doing that same thing over again. It's like you get a crafting material that gives you an upgrade to a weapon you already have. It gives you like 10 extra damage, and 10 extra damage is something that you're able to get with just, like, the next weapon upgrade that you'll get 30 minutes by just playing single player, like the main story stuff. Like that's kind of the weird thing, is that
grinding optional, that said, is always like something I feel like is better than grinding.
Yeah, it's nice to have it there in case if you're not entirely acclimated with, like, the combat system, or if you just want to kind of sit there and beat the shit out of it.
I was gonna say, so, like, my fear is that we're hitting the FF8 thing again, where it's not that grinding is optional, it's that there's literally no reason. Because that's what FF8 was. Because from what it just sounded described to me, it's like, why would I fucking grind when it means nothing?
Yeah.
Which I don't like as my bias of playing, like, 20 years of JRPGs. I don't like that.
The only thing that, like, I could potentially see with it is with the XP game, and then you get orbs and stuff to then unlock new abilities. That would be the only, like, tangible thing that I could see there being a benefit to it. But, like, in terms of, like, upgrading your weapons and armor and stuff, I don't necessarily see a reason for it.
If I may, really quick, though, for a quick side tangent, just because I did hear Zach say something where I was like, well, you know what you could do instead of playing Final Fantasy 16 when you want to play a character action game, Zach?
You gonna say Hi-Fi Rush?
Play Hi-Fi Rush. I just started it 2 nights ago.
Yeah, that's probably what'll end up happening, to be honest.
That game's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's game of the year, you dumbasses! I told you this for months!
I'm not denying, I'm just saying I don't want to play character action games right now, because I'm sick of them currently.
good news. Final Fantasy 16, you can make that not a character action game.
And guess what? And then we hit the other complaint I have with the game, which it is not what I played Final Fantasy for.
Yeah, you can play it as a Final Fantasy.
No,
game.
I mean in thematic and tone, Mac. It is not why I like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you like your serious stories.
No, I don't in Final Fantasy. That's the problem. I like serious stories with a fantastical veneer. And everything I saw in the FF16 lead up was, no, this is fucking grit. This is realism fantasy. And they directly confirmed that when they said they based it off of the Game of Thrones world.
Yeah. They said that there's still stuff happening. Like there's grit and stuff like that, but it's still Final Fantasy. You still see a Moogle, and the Moogle is there.
I'm not talking about it just
funny, actually.
being there. I mean other things. Everything they showed in the lead up was, no, this is just serious. That's all this is.
There's a guy in the town that's reading a book because he wants to become an agriculturalist, and he's reading the book, and every single time you walk by him, he says, "Man, I can't believe how many uses dung has." It's really dumb.
I like it.
There's plenty of like little side stuff here or there. It's
Don't
just
you
a
mean it's
story
really
that's
dung?
Like, man,
Could instead of him, could we replace him with Marcus Phoenix, and every time you pass him, he complains about somebody ruining his tomatoes?
That wasn't Marcus Phoenix, that was Dom.
Dom was dead when that happened.
No.
What?
Dom was talking about his tomatoes, then Marcus said it in Gears 4 as a reference to Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marcus is the one that says my fucking tomatoes.
Yeah, but
yeah,
so
so make it Marcus, because Marcus has the funny voice, man. I want to hear Jake the dog complain about his tomatoes in Final Fantasy 16.
Not allowed.
But yeah, so that's the thing, is as I've said before, it is the marriage of all those ideas is why I'm not excited for 16, or I guess wasn't since it's out now. It's a lot of ideas put together that I don't inherently either care about to begin with or want currently.
Good game. Good story so far. Clive is a boy who just wants to live his life, god damn it.
Is Clive cool?
Huh?
Is Clive cool?
Clive is cool. He's also kind of dumb, but he is kind of cool.
I like.
Why is he
pretty
dumb?
cool.
He's Chai is very dumb and cool.
Which one's
Chai is
Chai?
Well, actually, no.
and
Chai
the
is
coolest.
very dumb and uncool, and that's why he's cool.
Which
He's
one's
the coolest.
which one's Chai? Is that Titan?
No. it's
No.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Chai is Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, that's the main character.
Yeah.
Titan is. I have not seen him outside of the prologue sequence so far.
Got it.
So here's the thing. I played 8 hours.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. Nothing has happened.
Sounds like
that
a
is
prologue. Sounds like a prologue.
No. The prologue was 2 hours. A lot happened in there. I played the next 6 hours. A lot happened and nothing happened.
Damn.
It has been a combination of like. So I'm gonna try to skirt as much as I can because I don't know if you guys even saw the demo or.
I did not know.
Because the demo
I should
is
be
just the
playing it soon,
prologue.
too, so.
The demo is just the prologue.
Yeah.
But so in there things happen that are like, what's up with that? This is weird because they've been talking about this game being a certain way for as long as fucking forever. And
Is
then
this
we're
where you-
implying this other thing.
All right, tell me this, Valen. You might want to mute for this or deafen if you can.
I'll hear the question first, and then I'll be like, oh.
Answer me this, Matt, because if this is gonna go where I'm assuming by the way you just described it, because this is one of my genuine reasons I'm not interested in the game. Is it a revenge story?
Okay, Valent, mute yourself if you
No.
want.
I'll stick through for this.
Are you sure? Because it's actually kind of important.
Is it big, and how early on do you find out about this?
We find it out very early.
All right, yeah, I'll figure.
I
I say wait until he's muted and then.
All right, yeah. Well,
And then
right,
I'm curious because this is one of the reasons I was not interested in the game because I don't like revenge
It's a
stories.
it's a revenge story that you figure out is not an actual revenge story within the first like 6 to 7 hours.
All right, so all the fucking months of marketing.
Dude, here's the wildest thing.
Fuck.
It is a revenge story that you, as someone that has seen all of the marketing, is like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. They've been telling me he's Ifrit this entire fucking time. Like, what do you mean by this? And how you get to it is fucking really good. And then the way Clive reacts to it is so fucking just.
All right, what I can say from this information alone, I am already more interested in the game.
because it turns into revenge to dog. I want to fucking end it. Fuck this. And he Clive literally like so. Spoiler: Sid is cool in this game.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah, Sid is cool in this game. He's probably like I haven't had too many interactions with Sid over the years because I haven't played the 3D ones. But Sid, kind of a fucking cool dude, kind of a freak beast in a lot of ways. Like literally after Clive figures it out, he does some shit and then he gets thrown into a cell and Sid is like, all right, are you cool now? And then Clive just fucking breaks down and is like wrapped up in chains, like, fucking kill me, do it now, get me out of here, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And Clive just punches his fucking face and is like, get the fuck up, like, come on. Put your clothes on, get out here. We got a fucking job to do, basically.
All right, so what you're saying is I have reason to be more interested in the game than I thought because, like you said, for months, they hammered on the idea of this being a revenge story, which I don't like plots that are hinged on revenge stories on average.
So the rawest fucking thing, and it's the rawest but also funniest, is like, so you figure out what you figure out, and Sid is like, hey, why don't you go and do this thing and figure out if that guy's your guy, and if he's not, you can kill yourself then. All right? Sound good? and Clive
Sound good,
is just,
Chief?
yeah, Clive is really he is a good boy who wishes to only just live his life in a world that is not filled with shit, and the world is just constantly filled with shit.
He's Kiryu Yoshikage.
And you, well, I would more so consider him to be more akin to Guts. But without it being because
without it being, I presume, quite as brutal as Guts is everything.
Yes and no. Because so the thing about it is that this game goes into a lot about slavery and freedom and what have you. And the tattoo that you see on Clive's face in the box art or whatever you, that is a branded mark.
Oh, like, so he was a slave, I'm guessing?
So to give you like the biggest just fucking overview with that mark is given to people that have the ability to attune magic without using crystals.
Which I imagine goes into the whole them being, what are they called, icons? No,
icons
are the summons.
Yeah, icons are the summons. Dominants are people that are people that are able to summon
icons,
the power
right?
of the icons. Yes.
Yeah.
So the icons are your standard Final Fantasy summons. You have your Garuda, your
Shiva, Titan, Ifrit, yada yada yada.
Yeah, so that's what their deal is, and they embody themselves in the person at a certain time. Same thing with the ability to use magic. Magic is not something that is like immediately noticeable. It is something that just happens over time that you figure out that, oh, okay, this person is able to attune magic naturally. And once you do that, the way that it's been treated and the way that so the game also just has a fucking lore Bible thing that you're able to talk to a dude and be like, all right, give me the deets. And you can search up fucking keywords and you can get a bunch of bullshit for it. So that type of stuff happens. People are branded. People are then basically turned into slaves for life because of that situation. The dominants are, depending on the religion and faction that find said dominant, will be treated as if they are a fucking freak beast that is the icon of sin and they are controlled by the church, or people that are feared but also trusted to be there to defend certain things or what have you. And the thing about it is that Clive was born into a family where his dad was kind of cool, and because he's basically a king's son, and he was born with the ability to it, and his king's son was like, yeah, no, you're not getting marked, you're fine. And it was very much like, yeah, no, you're gonna do this. He wasn't born as a dominant though, which is why his mother was pissed off. And you learn all of this stuff like in the prologue. Like, this is the first hour or so. But his brother was born as the Phoenix.
And that's, I presume, the kid we've seen in the trailers?
Yes. And this is where, so...
Which is, I will say, what's interesting is the one thing I know, and I'm probably piecing 2 and 2 together somewhat already, right? Is the one thing I do know about the demo is the icon fight in it is Ifrit versus Phoenix.
Yes.
That's probably a big deal with what you're saying right now.
So that was the thing, and so the game also does a thing which is very nice, where your perspective of the story is not of the people, is not of the main character. Your perspective is of the person looking at the story in a whole, so you will get vignettes of what other people are doing in the world. And I don't know how far Yami, do you care that much?
Nope.
Okay. Zach, how much, because this is the first 8 hours, so I don't know.
I'll say skirt around as much as you can.
Okay. So your brother's the Phoenix, yeah?
Yeah. I assume by what you said, you're not Ifrit.
So...
Clive is not Ifrit, despite the many months of marketing that you are Ifrit.
So that's the thing. Yes and no.
Uh-oh.
Yes and no. But... So, you talked about the icon fight at the start of the prologue being Phoenix versus Ifrit.
Yeah.
Alright. One of those dudes has to lose.
Yeah, obviously.
Alright.
Is this where you tell me Ifrit loses and Clive becomes new Ifrit?
No. I'm just gonna say, what do you think happens to a Phoenix when it might get beaten?
Oh,
Now, think about Clive's entire revenge story that you've been told about for the first 8 hours. And think about it with that context now.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not a revenge story. It is something that is way crazier at this point.
Alright,
they gave that shit.
Alright, that's good. That makes me more interested in the game by a lot.
Yeah, nah. It is, like, literally...
Like, I'm all for subversion of ideas. It just sucks when the past 10 months of marketing of this game have been hammering on this one point.
It's because they want you to think that, oh, this is just going to be your standard fare. And then they're going to just throw it on its head. And the wildest thing about it is that because of the way that they've been doing it now, I'm looking at the pieces here, and it's like, well, something's gonna fucking happen here. And this is gonna hit hard. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad no matter how you spin it, because of what's been happening.
God.
I'm gonna at Valent because that's gonna be probably the end of it.
Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom quick while you do that.
Hello.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is
kind of good.
It is kind of cool.
Not as cool as Hi-Fi Rush though.
Maybe. We'll see.
Alright.
Hi-Fi Rush is Game of the Year currently. Final Fantasy 16 might usurp it.
How do you feel about Tears of the Kingdom?
I've not played Tears of the Kingdom.
Are you going to play Tears of the Kingdom?
I don't know.
Therefore, it's a bad game. You're right.
Because there's a part of me that's like, I want to play through Breath of the Wild and beat that, because I feel like going back to Breath of the Wild after playing Tears of the Kingdom would be hard.
That's why I'm probably never gonna do it.
And I was like, I've never beaten Breath of the Wild. I played Breath of the Wild for like over 100 hours, explored a lot, done a lot of things, but I've never beaten it. So I was like, you know what? Before I play Tears of the Kingdom, maybe I should go through and play Breath of the Wild and do all that other stuff there.
I should ask at least, Zach, did you enjoy the things you heard?
Yes, it makes me intrinsically more interested in the game by a lot. What I'll say is I've been lied to for months, and that is what I will say.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
That's a bad thing, because I had to have someone tell me.
Final Fantasy VII Remake be like... I'm noticing a recurring theme with Final Fantasy now, actually.
No, that's good! Lie to your fucking people that are buying the game. Lie to them.
Because, like, you know... Like,
yo, you know snakes in this game? Go fuck yourself.
Like...
God.
Holy shit.
I want more big developers to lie to my face for good reasons. I don't want bad reasons. I want good reasons.
So you don't want the Todd Howard.
He doesn't lie.
Yeah, he doesn't lie. What are you talking about?
He
you
doesn't
don't want the
lie.
Todd Howard kind of fib.
He doesn't fib.
The Todd Howard
no
stuff is just funny.
It's really... So here's the thing. I like it when Todd Howard lies now that we live in the world that we know he's lying.
I like it when he lies because his lies are benign.
You see that moon, you can go there.
And it turns out you could this time, and he's like, yeah.
Do it.
God.
Your
you think I'm gonna
reasons
make
for
that
going to
mistake
moon?
again?
Who knows, but...
Alright, so what I will at least say is maybe I'll move FF16 up the list a little. I just need to get to a point where I want to play anything remotely character action.
Move it up the list a little, but first play some Hi-Fi Rush.
I'm gonna be honest, I would be more interested in 16, yeah.
Because it probably has a lot more, like that's the big thing that made the character action, like, get more of a pass for me, is because I'm like, there's still gonna be way more other shit. It's a big budget Final Fantasy, like.
Yeah, so...
It's a mainline Final Fantasy, that's the best way to put it.
Actually, you know what, Valent, have you seen the gameplay demos at all, or are you, like, completely in the dark?
I saw the dev fucking just go, yo, look at this. I saw that. I saw, like, what the game plays, like, stylistically, too.
What?
Like,
okay. So you know that you have multiple specials.
Yes, yeah. And I know what they are. My roommate's also playing it, Max, so, like, some of it will be unavoidable. I'm just, like, story beats or whatever. Like, he was just showing me, we had a funny conversation, because I've been trying to tell him to play, Devil May Cry for a long time now, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, so, like, I still haven't played, so correct me here. But it's like, alright, got a little bit of Dante, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay, now what if Dante had to swap what style he was doing to get all of his moves? And I was
Dante?
like, yeah, that's what I said. He goes, fuck. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to character action, buddy.
Oh, God. Which I just thought that interaction, but, like, I know, like, that stuff and all.
Yeah.
Okay, Mac, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a Virgo function in that game?
Uh-oh.
Depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
Is Trick a Virgil
specifically,
function,
is there a Yamato function?
What?
He wants the judgment cut, is what he's saying.
I do want the judgment cut.
Okay, that's not a Yamato thing, that's just judgment cut.
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know, but
probably.
I've seen things.
The best way to put it is there a samurai Actually, that's a good point. Does that game have classes at all? I didn't look into it.
No. Not
is it just like a style swappy type thing then?
Yes, you swatch or you switch. I don't know how much you...
Zach, do you mind if I spoil some sort of gameplay stuff?
Not really. I care more about the story beats than the gameplay.
In the, like, little bit of the early game I've seen, I have seen Trick, I have seen Royal Guard, and I have seen Nero's Snatcher from Devil May Cry 4. So I'm guessing it's just gonna be a hodgepodge of all the characters.
Damn, it's almost like the It's almost like the Devil May Cry 5 battle director worked on the game or
Yeah,
something.
right.
Crazy how that works.
So I'm guessing there's at least going to be something that's Judgment Cut-esque. But to go a step further, I would say, like, Virgil's a lot... Like, in actual iconic Virgil gameplay, I'd say Judgment Cuts are not the... They're, like, the most iconic stylistically. I don't think they're the most iconic, like, gameplay-wise. Because, like, when I think of Virgil, I think, yeah, summon swords and, like,
also,
the weird stuff going on with those.
something else important to mention here.
And Prick, but that's also a Dante thing.
Which is, all of those things are things you would probably see in Final Fantasy, except for Judgment Cut.
Like,
I can't think of a single time someone in Final Fantasy actually Judgment Cut a dude. Am I missing it?
So I can't see Judgment Cut.
Think about the summons. Think about all the summons.
I mean, I guess Odin, yeah, but...
Yep.
If you want my guess,
but at that point, it's not even Judgment Cut; it predates.
If Bahamut stuff is gonna be summon sword stuff, I'm gonna see Virgil stuff. Like it depends on like what angle they go with most of these things, probably.
It's why the game is weird.
Yeah.
Dog, there's so many. Like the moment that I saw a specific UI menu screen, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, okay. And then you're getting stuff in the story, and I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like, things. I'm gonna.
These don't sound like bad things, though, so it makes
It's not,
yeah.
and I'm trying my best not to say anything about it that you could potentially draw upon.
Is it Devil May Cry things?
It's not necessarily. It's
right.
More so like because I can't say much.
Yeah, I understand.
It is like alright. Comparison, weird comparison. So you know how the opening cutscene of Dark Souls is, hey, here's some fucking dudes. You know these dudes? You're gonna fucking kill them.
Yeah.
That idea.
Yeah.
Expand on it.
Oh, no, I think I know what you're talking about then. Yeah, I know that stuff.
Like, you see this guy, he's really cool. He has some really cool stuff. He's got some cool ass shit over there.
I think that's something like they already showed in like pre-release stuff and all that, though, right?
Maybe, but I didn't watch a whole lot of pre-release stuff, so I don't know how much they actually showed off, which is why like at the end of the demo, it immediately made me like, wait a minute, what? Because I didn't see any of the gameplay pre-release stuff. At the end of the demo, they showed off like, oh, you have Garuda Titan, and I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute.
I was gonna say,
what does this mean?
If the implication of what Mac is saying is what I'm assuming, if it's the idea of other party members or summon style swap ass things, that was not shown in any pre-release that I can think of. If that was the implication.
I've seen a few, and I haven't seen anything since the game came out.
I'm trying to keep as much as I can.
I'll say we've seen the summons. We've seen fights with the summons.
We have also seen fights with like summon related abilities in the middle of combat.
Not that weren't Ifrit though. That I remember. Outside of one character, which that character has been shown to be completely tied to Clive.
Could I give you the easiest reason why that is wrong?
What's that?
Because I don't even know if Ifrit is one of the combat summons outside of just the big fights.
All his
ones
shit in the earlier parts of the demos were fire-based abilities.
Those were all Phoenix. They have the big feathery wings.
Oh, that's fair. Which probably ties into what Mac told me, so.
Yeah, if those are the things I'm thinking of, yeah. But like that's what I mean. Like that stuff has been shown and stuff.
Well, because, that's the point though, because what Mac told me would tie into that, but that doesn't change my stance at all.
Right.
It's why it's so weird to talk about it.
Because, like, with what Mac told me, that makes sense. But we haven't seen in any of the pre-release, an example, Clive channel, Shiva. Because he had the girl with him, who is presumably Shiva, in the pre-release.
I've assumed as such though, because in other pre-release stuff they have shown Clive channeling Garuda and Titan.
I did not see him channel them at all. I saw him
There
fight
was
them.
You have also been missing half of the pre-release stuff. I've been like still peeking it.
That's why the pre-release stuff is weird. Because it feels
Yeah.
like a lot of it is like, oh
strange.
man, this
It's like this is
feels
kind
like
of
some weird ass
spoiler,
shit.
but it's also
Yeah.
incredibly core to the gameplay. So how could they not show it off? But also like, is that what the story is going to be the whole way through? Also, like it's. I feel like there's a lot of big questions. You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember Final Fantasy XIV? Every single time they have like trailers and stuff like that a vast majority of the community missed, but those trailers weren't the big plot point, Zach. Like, do you remember? Oh yeah, Hydaelyn and Zodiac are the oldest of primals.
Yeah.
Like that trailer, and everybody's like, "What the fuck? They just showed that off in a trailer." I'm getting those vibes.
Got it.
Where there's gonna be some other bullshit, you know what I mean? That's gonna be the much bigger, but because that's what Yoshi P seems to like, and I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I like that style a lot. But yeah, that gameplay trailer of the dev like showing stuff off though, that's like one of the biggest things where that was absolutely like pre-release.
Got it.
All of that stuff was in the top left corner. You could see, hey, look, on this diamond there is Phoenix, Garuda, and Titan. And then
Interesting.
he would swap to Titan and do Royal Guard shit. And I'm like, oh.
Got it. So it's literally DMC mechanic,
Yeah.
just palette swapped.
Yeah. Also, and like, you probably just didn't notice it, but there was a lot of that, and even the trailers we watched together. Like, you might have remembered the first time we saw, like, big, fucking character action game combat and stuff like that. When there's, like, when Clive would do, like, the wind-air combo, right? Those, like, in the wind-air combo, Garuda's claws are the things doing the wind.
The one I'm thinking of, I swore was fire-based fists.
That is another thing. I don't know what the deal with that is. There is one where, like, it was when we first saw the character action gameplay.
That's
where, like,
technically
he
the announcement trailer, though.
True, the second one then. It was during one of the
Alright.
events, because most of the stuff that I watched was with you, right? Like, the only one I didn't is that the dev playing the thing, and the random Twitter clip, but it's the one where, like, he pops them up in the air, jumps up, does, like, the tornado move, and then hits them back down, and then does almost a Dragoon-like dive down, and then has the dual-sided sword that he's doing weird red and purple magic with.
Yeah, I don't remember, sadly, offhand.
Like, I remember it
But it
because
has
of that
been a
last bit,
while.
because I was like, yo, twin blades, because, you know, my dumb brain. But I do remember seeing that with you guys, because I popped off about the twin blades. But, like, even then, it's like, it's this weird, like, they showed it off, but isn't that a spoiler? But is that an important spoiler? It's like, yeah. It's the thing Mac was saying. It's weird, but it makes me excited, because I like that idea.
It makes me not excited because I'm character action gamed out right now.
Just play it like it's a Muso.
I'm also not playing Muso for a reason right now, Mac.
Play
I'm
it-
like,
play it-
I'm very out of the any level of action game loop outside of the weird exploration-y ones like the Tears of the Kingdom currently. Which, you know, it's just what I do with genres. That's how I went from October until Street Fighter 6 came out with barely touching fighting games. It happens. Like, I went like 7 months of my life, 8 months of my life without touching fighting games.
Nah. Play game. Play game that's good.
Yeah, I play other good game.
Nope. Impossible. No other good game exists.
I go out and play whatever I want in my backlog. Because good thing I have
Yeah,
an
I
infinite backlog. God.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 really solid, really good game. Big recommend.
That's good. I'm glad my prediction was accurate. That who'd have thought Yoshi P and that team are very good. A team you can actually put faith into, unlike Nomura.
What are you talking about? No more delivers.
Uh-huh. Deliver, but not delivers well.
You know what my favorite part is hearing why Kingdom Hearts 3 turned out the way it does, and I just look at Nomura even more harshly because of it. Or well, he was in a really bad state in his life, and he wanted the villain to win, and I'm like, fucking... What? he made a game shit because of that?
Yes.
Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but you know what I think of when I hear that exactly? I'm like, you know who else had a similar thing? Araki. Do you know what Araki did? He wrote a character out of the story, and then continued with the story.
Which one was that? Was that Fugo or some shit?
Yeah. Where, like, he hasn't gone into detail about it, but Araki was like, yeah, I originally intended for Fugo to betray...
Be a traitor, right?
the
Yeah.
But something happened in my, like, personal life that affected me a lot, so I just wrote him out of the story to, like, not focus on that sort of stuff.
It's okay, then he revisited him later anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
He revisited him with the whole, why the fuck did you leave us? This character died because of you?
As opposed to the Kingdom Hearts 3, guys, I got over my bullshit. We gotta pick up the pieces. Like, God,
it's fine,
dude.
so what if people waited 16 years for that game
Yeah,
or whatever?
right? It's almost like it should have went, like, 16 years is a bad time to be like, hey, maybe you should have scrapped this and started from the ground up. But with what ended up coming out, I'm like, yeah, Although that could have also been a Square thing of them being like, we've given you so much money. What the fuck do you mean you want to start over? So who knows?
Reset the clock.
Poochie.
Metroid Prime 4?
That game's never happening.
Nomura just sitting there like, God, I wish Poochie were real.
Poochie the dog.
Man. Video games suck.
Yeah, I like them.
I don't remember. Is Rebirth planned to come out this year or next year? I feel like it's this year, isn't it?
Are we gonna get 2 major Final Fantasy games in the same year?
I think so, because I think I remember commenting on that. I was like, wait, are we getting these both in the same fucking year? Release
early
date
2024.
is... Oh, okay, that's a little better. By a little better, I mean it's not... Let's just say, wow. If we would have gotten 2 mainline Final Fantasies in the same year, wow.
Do you think Gact is coming back?
Think what?
Do you think Gact is coming back?
I'm pretty sure, unironically, that Gact is in Crisis Core. Like the remake.
He is. Yeah.
Well, remaster, remake, reboot. I don't know
If
what to call
Genesis
that thing.
is in it, Gact technically is, because Genesis is designed to look like Gact.
Maybe it was a weird fucking judgment issue that they got over. I don't know. Because I don't remember what happened fully at the judgment thing. I think it was something to do with that the dude who's the main character was let go from that company, or something happened with the company.
Speak.
What, with Judgment?
Yeah, what were you talking about?
How the reason that we thought we weren't going to get any more Judgment games after the first, or after the first and second, I think it was because the company who they modeled the main character after is fucking insano. And was like actually insane, but something happened that allowed them to do more, but I don't remember what it was.
So I forget about the specifics. I think it is that if you're talking about the main character, I think the guy that plays the main character either got hit with drug charges in Japan, or there was something that happened where he just will not be able to return back to the role. And to add on to that, the holding company that holds his likeness, they have a new CEO that went into power after one of the old people died.
This is the part I'm thinking about then, because I remembered someone dying as part of the story.
Yeah, one of the older CEOs died, and a new guy came in, and he is changing the way that they handle stuff like that, which allows for Judge Eyes to be put on PC, because they did not want it to have it on PC, because they thought that they were going to rip the model out and then use it for porn mods, which they had already done, because, you know...
Yeah, it's the internet. People will do that.
People will do that with console games. It does not stop them.
Yeah, if it has a model, it's gonna happen, and if it doesn't, they will just recreate the model like psychopaths. That's how the internet works.
Or they'll just stick the head on another model that's already been made.
Yes, that too. Like that's just how the internet works. Rule 34 exists for a reason.
But yeah, so but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, with Judge Eyes, if they do make a new Judgment, which they probably will because that's the action-oriented,
Like Yakuza S games, yeah.
yeah, at this point, outside of the side story stuff, but at the same time, we don't know how the Kiryu side story is gonna play.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think they showed any gameplay for the man who erased his name.
Yeah, they only showed cutscenes. But there will probably be more of those. It just will probably not follow the same protagonist. So,
Which is kind of fine. Like, even Yakuza shows that that's a possibility with 7 focusing on a new pro tag.
all you have to do is tell good J-drama stories with a character that is likable, sort of a piece of shit, but not piece of shit in a negative way. Piece of shit in a lovable way.
Yeah, piece
Like,
of shit in the
doesn't
way
kill
that
anyone.
Yakuza is, or that Kiryu is literally Yakuza. So at a baseline, it's not that good.
What are you talking about? Kiryu never killed anybody. That's why he's the Yakuza with a heart of gold.
Ignore the part where Yakuza 0 cold opens at Kiryu literally beating someone within an inch of their life over money.
Yeah, but he didn't die, and that's the whole point. He didn't die. I didn't kill that dude.
He did die though. He just isn't the one who did it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't kill him. I wasn't the one that murked him. It wasn't me.
God.
Then Kiryu has to go out into the world to not only make his name better, but also to save the Tokyo.
To save Tokyo,
Yeah,
and
Naruto.
also to go to the local Sega arcade and play crane games for an hour.
Yeah. You get all the crane game stuff. You get a little achievement, bleep bloop, and you get your
You get your fucking side quest line that involves the crane games and the little girl. Then you get
that
the...
one though. That one's for Majima, the crane game one. That one's for.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, because it's the girl
Yeah.
outside of the arcade and Majima's side of things.
But all in all,
Is Kiryu the one with the outrun girl then? Is that Kiryu? Or
Kiryu's
is
the
that
one
also...
with the outrun girl. Yeah.
Alright. Like, get the high score in outrun.
Outrun and the fucking
Space Harrier, maybe?
Space Harrier. Yeah, Space Harrier one.
Yeah, I mean, play
but-
Yakuza. They're good.
Maybe.
Good games. They're also hilariously cheap every single time there's a sale on Steam.
Yes.
You can get Yakuza 0, 1, and 2 for like $10.
Which
it's very
is
funny.
a couple hundred hours of content. It's fine.
Very funny.
I've only
Oh, I do
spent
love
like...
these free games.
I've only spent like 80 hours in Yakuza 0 alone. Just
Play,
fucking around.
Play Strangers of Paradise. Play that. Play Strangers of Paradise.
Eventually.
That game's also really good. That game also has a really good story.
When does Yami play Strangers of Paradise?
When are you gonna kill Chaos, Yami?
I'm actually surprised Yami hasn't played it with his Garland obsession.
Yeah.
I have an obsession on Garland because I think he's awesome in the city. Now, with that being said, I don't know.
We have
This
more
thing.
news of a certain game with plant-like creatures.
Whenever I finish with this this project,
So never.
well, there is an end to the project. There
Is
al-
there though?
Yeah, there is. Surprisingly, I didn't think of.
What happens when Rashid comes out?
Well, let me start all over.
I hope he coming out when
see.
Evo happens.
But there is technically an end, so long as they do not patch a. They do not patch the game. There is an end.
So there's not an end for the next 7 years. Got it.
Well, depends if everyone is still playing in 7 years.
It's Street Fighter, Yami.
Well, I'm talking about people in the Discord playing for 7 years.
It's Street Fighter, Yami. Q
Yeah,
is
I
out
know
there
it is.
playing Third Strike.
Yeah, Q is out there playing Third Strike, but guess what? Realistically, Q and M are not going to be able to do that all by themselves. Well, they could, but it would just be inefficient.
Play Strangers of Paradise. Strangers of Paradise good. For real.
I could play Strangers of Paradise, but I want to play FF16. It's just a matter of whenever I'm done with this other shit that I'm
Play both
that
of
I
them
will
at the
play.
same time.
There we go.
Can't do
That
that.
sounds like chaos.
Jack Garland is a cool dude.
Just spitting.
You know what? It's kind of wild.
Lots of
You got your Jack Garland himbo energy, and you also have the Clive himbo energy.
open up new areas to explore.
Man, if only I didn't hate himbos.
Himbo stocks go up. What, don't you like Gronk?
He's like the one himbo I like, and that probably has a lot to do with Patrick Warburton
Different environment awaits.
being a fantastic fucking voice and person.
Native creatures
On average, it's well documented. I don't like himbos.
around every corner.
Bro.
You might unexpectedly find some castaways too.
Well, let me rephrase. I've hit the realization it's a specific type of himbo I don't like. If it's a himbo who's so all in on the loser aspect that they're cool, I like them. That's why I like Travis Touchdown.
Gotta stop 'em.
What
He's
about
all-
Chai?
I don't know him, but I'd probably like him.
Story battle.
Like, I know of him, but I obviously haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, so... I'm sure I'd like him because I've heard him likened to Travis Touchdown in a lot of ways. And I know one specific scene in Hi-Fi Rush that made me realize I probably like him. Which is him, I think he's talking about being a rock star, and they're like, what does he play? And he starts air guitaring.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll probably like him.
Your spaceship. Train Ochi and teach him new skills.
That's why I like Leon, too, because Leon's in that same boat.
Or build new equipment and items to help make exploration.
Leon's a complete fucking loser, but he's all in on it, and it, like, circles back around into cool.
Eventually set out for night expeditions. But there's a catch. Night expeditions into a frenzy.
My god.
Thankfully, you'll come across the new glow Pikmin, which only appear at night.
I've been looping this Nintendo Direct for the past hour. That's crazy.
These mounds also attract various wildlife.
We're at the Pikmin again.
To drive them away and protect the
And it makes me want to spend money.
Do it.
I don't want to spend money,
idiot.
though. No.
Not spend money,
surprises
idiot.
await on this uncharted planet.
It's bad enough
Money to get
I
Hi-Fi Rush.
I took off today because my foot is dying.
No challenge
Kill
is
it.
too big.
Yeah,
Cut it off.
I almost did. Not really, but I had an ingrown toenail I was telling Valena earlier that I had to deal with.
Pikmin 4.
Yeah, kill it.
Which translates to I cut out the ingrown toenail earlier today. It translates to I can't walk properly and it hurts.
Yeah.
A swollen ass big toe, and don't really want to put shoes on right now because it hurts a lot.
Nah. Do it.
Even more
Easy.
If they let me
Bandages
wear
up, get moving.
if they let me wear flip flops at work, I would do it
HD versions of the first two Pikmin games originally released on
because I could hang out with like flip flops or sandals and open toed shoe.
today.
Plus, ahead of the game's release, a demo of Pikmin 4 will be available on Nintendo eShop on June 28th.
I'm glad
Sad that
Demo can be enjoyed
demos for games have been coming out again.
series before
It just dawned upon me with like Pikmin 4 getting a demo because we went through an era where like nothing was getting demos. So it's really nice that they're back again with Pikmin and FF16
I like it.
and all that stuff.
I mean, they've always kind of been there, just been in different areas. Like the Steam Next Fest stuff has been going on for like 2 to 3 years now.
Master Collection Volume 1.
And Square Enix always has demos that play into the main releases at this point. Like I think that they started doing that with what?
Metal Gear Solid
15 was the
I
first.
I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3
No, I
had a
think-
demo, did it?
I think
Kingdom
it
Hearts
does.
didn't. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 does.
And
I think it does now.
15 I know did. 15 technically had 2 demos. Just one was in the form of a beta, which was weird. Which I hate because that beta sold me on that game for that beta to be inaccurate to what that game is. Because they chose the best segment of all of 15 for that fucking beta. God damn it. They chose the Dust Sky like Behemoth Hunt shit.
I think
I-
since like Bravely Default, they've been doing a good amount of demos for most of their games. So
We called Final Fantasy 16 Devil May Cry Live.
Uh-oh.
no,
Why not? It's a really good name though.
Attacking
It is.
Clive like that.
but that implies things.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it implies truth that the world is too afraid of.
I think, judging by what Mac told me, it implies story beats.
Does it really?
From what Mac told me, with my
Oh,
limited
no.
knowledge, I'll just say maybe.
Wait a minute.
That is what I will say. From Mac selling me on the game's narrative, you're gonna get a maybe.
Final Fantasy 16 is Devil May Cry written seriously. Oh my god, I'm excited. I want to play a game. I will.
Buy a PlayStation 5, play it.
I'm just gonna use Will's. He even told me, he's like, literally anytime I'm not on my PlayStation 5, you can play it. And I was like, yeah. I'll get to it eventually.
Just buy a PlayStation 5 and play it on your own.
But the PlayStation 5 has no games.
True. Very true.
Get it and use it for PS4 games like I do.
Director's Cut.
That's my biggest problem, is that it's like, I was like, I'll get PlayStation 5 for this, and then I was like, wait, am I doing that thing where I get a PlayStation 5 to get Final Fantasy 16, and then when it comes out on PC, I buy it again?
Just
potentially.
Yeah, I just won't do that.
buy a PS5 and use it for PS4 games. Easy.
Yeah, be like me, who didn't get a PS4, so I get a PS5, and it's like, oh boy, I have an entire generation that I'm able to play now.
I can't think of any PlayStation 4 games I don't have on my PlayStation 4.
But they run nicer and load faster.
Not all of them run nicer.
Most of the ones I've played.
I know Bloodborne still has some problems.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne hasn't gotten the updates.
Rude. Bloodborne just doesn't exist.
Correct.
True. It's also not really worth it. It's not that good of a game.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
It does play on PlayStation 5 though.
Yeah. You just wouldn't want to. It's not that good.
I like Bloodborne.
Ratchet and Clank is on the PS.
But that's also
on
coming to
PC now,
PC.
too. Yeah.
Demon's
Did it
Souls
just
on the
come out on
PS.
PC?
Nah, it's coming out on PC sometime this month.
They said in the next few days to be exact.
Yeah, because this month only got 8 days left.
I'm leaning towards literally tomorrow. June 23rd sounds about right in my head.
Nah, July 26th.
I can't tell if that's for real or not.
Me just looked at Steam page.
Damn, so it's actually next month. That's crazy.
Yeah, good
Damn, the PlayStation
Dab.
4 could exist for a whole nother week.
Excuse me, let me know when you get to play Demon's Souls on your PC, buddy. Dab dab.
Will do.
Because it's
I can play
actually...
right now.
How we looking on that emulation?
Good. Works.
They are not looking anywhere.
PS3 emulation is good for the games that you would want to play on it.
Like Demon's Souls.
Yeah.
Like Demon's Souls and Metal Gear Solid 4. Everything else, still kind of a bit eh. Not as as it used to be though, which is very nice, but... Yeah, play your Ratchet and Clank on the PC. You need an SSD for it. Get fucked.
Oh, it's one of them.
Yeah.
Are you just like physically not able to play it if you don't have one?
People are gonna figure out. People are gonna figure out the limitations of it. Because people will get it to run off of just a hard drive, and we'll get to see what that game looks like when you're running it on a hard drive.
Man, I just thought I have to buy a new SSD for Starfield. Fuck me. Maybe I'll just get an external SSD.
You can't. If it's the way the Star Citizen does it, it doesn't.
Interesting. I don't like that.
Yeah, it more than likely needs to be internal because you need to have a lot of bandwidth for it.
Fucking gross.
It probably will still be able to use your PCIe port if you don't have M.2 slot on your motherboard. But the only issue if you use the PCIe slot is that you potentially will have different power draw, and then you might lose out on certain other features just because of the way the PCIe slots work.
So wouldn't it be a problem if Microsoft didn't buy Bethesda and make them make their shit exclusive to Microsoft?
I mean, it would still be a problem because it's a game coming out on this generation.
No, I mean I could just buy it and play on my PS5 because it has an SSD as is. But I don't have that option because it is forced exclusive by Microsoft.
Buy the sex box.
No,
Yeah.
I have a
Buy the sex
PC.
box. Yeah, buy the sex box.
Buy the sex box. Buy Ultra Kill. Buy the sex box.
Ultra Kill didn't even have the first sex update. Stop
Does-
lying.
Aw.
Fake news.
Uh-oh.
Is Ultra Kill even on Xbox?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
I think it is. Could be wrong. I could have just lied right there. I don't know. I don't know either.
Hey, Google search time.
Ultra Kill.
It is.
Getting ports until
It is
Microsoft
coming.
Windows
It's
and
supposed to come to everything later this year. That was 2020.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's already out?
maybe.
Apparently, it's not even out yet.
Yeah,
But as of
it needs to be
2020, it was
out.
supposed to get ported. I can't even tell anymore.
It's happening.
Just like
I'm not entirely wrong.
Metroid Prime 4 is happening.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The copium is gone.
I really like Google sometimes. Will Ultra Kill go to console? Ultra Kill has in-game console accessible by pressing F8.
Yeah.
If you've got 2 pairs of controllers, play with a
God.
Good to know.
co-op. Sync up your actions to beat each micro game. Plus, up to 4 players can live it up across
Man.
various mini games in.
Man, this WarioWare looks so
For
fun.
example, this dicey board game is going to keep you on your toes.
I'm glad Nintendo make and also produce good video games.
No, they're the devil.
200 lightning fast micro games.
Yes.
Literally the worst game company ever.
Launching
Yes.
on the Nintendo Switch system.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Begin today
Nintendo.
on Nintendo
Sega was right.
Nintendo Shinhan?
Why aren't you saying
Cool.
anything?
He was so into it, I didn't want to interrupt. Anyway, this is the latest Wario
But yeah, I'm excited that I'll have nobody to talk to about Final Fantasy 16 for about 2 to 3 years, just like Strangers of Paradise.
Correct.
I mean,
Hey, to
will-
be fair, one of these games you could just find the internet and definitely find tons of people to talk to about 16. Not so much the
Yeah,
other
I don't want to talk to those people.
I mean, I'll probably be able to talk to you about it relatively soon, just not as soon as Strangers of Paradise. Or opposite. Sooner than Strangers of Paradise. No, I'll play 16.
Championships.
Don't lie.
Eligible attendees can also compete
Dude, if it was not the day it came out, I would probably be playing it right now.
All ages celebration is free and will take
Lies.
place September
Just
1st
lies
to
through
4th
his
in Seattle, Washington. Registration for Pikmin Live 2023 ends June
Oh,
27th.
God.
Oh, God.
Head over to the official website.
Man, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, he not like me. Bye.
Good
I'll-
night, y'all.
I'll look at you and say, I ain't playing it yet.
Damn. Kind of cringe.
Not selected will have another chance to
Why
attend
would you not want to
free
play
challenges
potential
this
game of the
summer.
year?
The top 10 players from each will
Cause I already played Tears of the Kingdom.
website for more details.
Yeah, but that's not even potential game of the year.
A vast
This
number of
You got
dude.
Hi-Fi Rush, you got Final Fantasy 16.
The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
It's like the only two
Spider-Man.
games. It's like the only 2 games.
Spider-Man.
An amiibo figure of Link from the game
Spider-Man,
was
Mac.
released to coincide with
Spider-Man.
the game's launch. New amiibo of Zelda, Ganondorf,
But,
are planned for
Spider-Man's this year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope you're looking
Alright.
forward to them.
I mean, would die if it was.
He's still gonna die.
This next segment will be our last
Damn.
announcement.
It's gonna come out and he's gonna
Rule
die.
like that?
Did you
Gotta
see that
ask.
they're making something involving Craven Yami? I don't remember what it is. Was it a movie?
Yeah, probably a movie or something.
I feel like it was a movie, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, make movie of characters.
Ah, I'm
Same
at-
thing with the Star Wars stuff. They're gonna make the games, and then they're gonna make shows about the games.
Which will probably be
Yeah.
better than the game, because that game's gameplay still looked kind of like a yikes to me. Referring to Outlaws here, not the Jedi
The
games.
Outlaw one is-
Jedi games, I'm sure play fine.
They play like simplified Dark Souls.
I have in fact heard a Mr. Rogers call it 4th grade Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I like my 4th grade Dark Souls. It's fun.
I'm simple. I hate all Dark Souls right now.
Kinda crumb.
There's a reason I only put 8 hours in the Elden Ring.
Because you stupid.
So
For real, for real.
Yes.
As someone that put almost 150 hours into it, the game's pretty alright. It's like probably up there tied for the best FromSoft game they made, next to Sekiro.
Sekiro the
For
peak.
like the complete opposite reasons of why. Sekiro's really good for these reasons, and for the complete opposite reasons, Elden Ring is also good.
All they had to do was give me a not Dark Souls, and instead they went right back to Dark Souls, but big.
Well, yeah. But it's in a different world this time, and it's not specifically Dark Souls, and that's why.
Yo,
it's
speaking
slightly
of
more
Dark Souls,
interesting
that's
than
not
other
Dark
ones.
Souls. Armored Core 6.
I didn't see any gameplay of it.
You should watch it. Its gameplay is really
Wait until the
interesting.
demo comes out, and I'll play it then.
It do be exciting because Miyazaki finally making a not Dark Souls again.
Miyazaki.
The dude making it straight up said like, so I remember somebody was asking like, so of course you're just gonna play Dark Souls. He's like, nah, bitch. It's gonna play like Armor Core, and then it played like Armor Core. What a good day.
Yes.
Play the demo. I'll figure out if I want to fuck with it or not after playing the demo, just like I did with 16.
That game has like maxi boost movement, so I'm already fucking with it. I get to play a game with maxi boost movement that's a single player and has more customization. I'm already sold. That's all it takes, bro.
And have you ever played Armored Core though, Yami?
No.
Oh boy, you're in for an experience. Oh
And
boy.
I've heard the stories about Core PvP and co-op players.
Not even PvP, just the game itself. Wait
The game itself?
until you customize a mech and realize that where the parts are placed will completely make or break you completing a mission.
Yeah, that's fine. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
It just implies that I was simply better, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, did it loop again already? It looped again. Let's go.
Zach, you don't understand. The people that are sickos for the mechs want that.
Yeah, because they're sickos, I know.
Yep, that's me.
They desire the ultimate customization and to die if they fuck it up.
Yeah, I like being punished for my consequences.
But Fashion Souls, though.
Who cares about Fashion Souls? My mech can shoot rockets
But Fashion
and
Souls.
a railgun. And my mech looks cool regardless. I think the focus on Fashion Souls sucks.
Wow.
For real, on God.
Wow. I can't.
I want armor to mean something, god damn it. So gonna go back to Final Fantasy 16. You wanna know what's really fucking cool about Final Fantasy 16?
What's that?
The armor that Clive wears sounds fucking meaty.
Like when it gets hit?
Not when it gets hit. When he's just walking around, it sounds like some fucking leather metal armor. And it's something that games don't fucking do right now, I feel. Like the last game that I feel that really made it seem like, man, just walking around and this shit was fucking weighty was like Dark Souls 1. Where when you put on some heavy ass chainmail, it sounded like my dude is fucking like moving around in that shit. And obviously, yeah, it's not fucking realistic, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, I know metal armor is not actually that hyper heavy.
I say
don't
the
care.
duality of Mac thoughts. I want this even though it's not realistic. Fuck boob armor. It's not realistic.
What boob armor?
What's up?
What boob armor?
I thought you were anti-boob armor.
I don't care about boob armor. I also think it's kind of lame, but it's also whatever. It don't matter. Like if it is boob armor and it is just the purpose of having armor and skin, then it's like, yeah, no, it's just kind of lame.
But if
I
it's
understand
actual
why it's
armor,
there. But if it's like, yo, the blue armor is there as a weirdo chest piece that also incorporates aspect of it, I'm like, all right, that's slightly less egregious. It's still stupid, but it's also whatever. I want big chonk and armor, god damn it, and I want the ability to have my big ass chonk and armor feel like it's big ass chonk and armor. I want my dude running around in Havels, and I want him to not be able to fucking roll, because he wouldn't be able to roll wearing fucking rocks. And then, if you build yourself in such a way, he's able to fucking front flip with it on. And that's cool, too. Because that's build variety, baby. Specializations are cool. Fuck those people sitting there being like...
Crazy.
Go fuck yourself. I'm here to flip around in my big ass armor because I figured out a way to make it so that I can.
Oh, you wore the ring. Got it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He put on the ring.
If you want to wear the ring, you wear the ring. If you don't want to wear the ring, you don't have to wear the ring. I would wear the ring sometimes. I wouldn't wear it other times. As someone that went out of his way to be stupid and got a chaos Zweihander +3 before I beat the gargoyles, and then
amazing, he did the thing.
Yeah, I got a chaos Zweihander +3 before beating gargoyles. And
is
then
this
I got...
the giant set or the Havel set?
No, well, the thing about it is that I did it before I beat a gargoyle.
Oh yes, that would be neither.
So I wouldn't be able to have any of that armor. My whole deal was I built for that, but I specifically stayed in the earliest game possible, and I made my level as low as I could.
This dude.
So I had a chaos Zweihander +3, but I was getting summoned in for like near base level gargoyle fights. So I get summoned in for that stuff. I have my Chaos Zweihander +3. I one-hit literally any invader that comes in, and then I two-hit the boss.
God damn.
Because you could do that, and it was cool. And it also wasn't particularly hard once you knew where to go and what to do. It wasn't a pain in the
AKA
ass to get
run
down
through the graveyard, then run through the catacombs to meet the dude.
Yeah. It was a pain in the ass to run through the catacombs. The catacombs kind of sucks. But yeah, go through there, get your Chaos Zweihander +3, and then just fucking decimate people that think they're gods. Like, I eventually did go through the gargoyles. I went into Sen's Fortress, and because I was still as low level, and because of the way that it had the matchmaking, I was going against people that did have giants and so on and so forth. And I was still, like, two-shotting them with that fucking Zweihander. I will say, though, there was one dude that was really goddamn stupid. He summoned me in. I saw the dude that invaded, and I just stood in front of the door and then started swinging, and he couldn't get in. But then the host just, like, tried to jump off the side of the fucking building to go down to him for whatever reason, and he died. Because he's dumb.
Crazy.
Like, yeah,
Talk to him.
I don't wanna do this.
Call him a dummy. That's what I'm talking about, Mr.
Yeah.
Mac.
But yeah, the PvP in Dark Souls is dumb.
Correct.
Break it as much as you can. Should not be
That
balanced.
seems really cool, though.
It's an experience.
It is a fighting game where you create your own character. You can make them as busted as you wish, or at the very least you could.
Correction, it's a fighting game where you create your own character that you can make as busted as you want, with awful hitboxes and online connectivity.
Yeah, so a fighting game.
Fighting games, I don't get ghost hit, typically. I just steal the online connectivity.
You're right. No, they're right. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Except, with the exception of the connectivity part.
Yeah, I mean, someone swings their limb and you don't get hit from 5 feet away. That happens in Dark Souls a lot, by the way.
That's why it's cool.
Oh.
Like, that's what I mean by... That's why they're referred to as ghost boxes, because someone swings their weapon and you are literally 5 feet away and you get cleaved. And you're like, oh.
Damn, I guess you just got outplayed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
will ignite.
I PvP'd a lot in Dark Souls.
Out fucking
Launches on Nintendo Switch November 17th.
Yeah, fuck people who
Gotta
sit
play
there
it.
and say
Sorry,
things
Zach.
need to get nerfed.
Oh, I did. I had booted up Dark Souls Remastered when it came out. I went right to the Gravelord Covenant. I joined it and I ruined people's lives. That's what I did.
Calling all heroes for the first-person
Because
Ruin
it's
people's
fun.
lives.
Yeah, so you probably don't know about what the different covenants do, but Gravelord Covenant makes enemies in a random player's world after you activate it, and it makes enemies in a random player's world like 3 times harder. Like, they hit a lot harder, they take a lot more to kill. And the way they deal with that is by finding a randomly placed summon sign in their world and coming to your world and fighting you. And if they die at all while their world is made harder, it counts as you winning a fight, by the way.
That covenant did not work.
That sounds kind of
in the
cool,
original
actually.
release.
Yeah, like OG, it didn't work, which is why the moment Remastered came out, I bum rushed that Covenant because it's a great concept. It just didn't work. So when it happened, like when Remaster happened, I got it and went straight to, as soon as I could, I went straight to like, where do you technically meet him? The Catacombs, right? Or, yeah.
You have to go down the catacombs, gotta talk to Nito.
Yeah, because it's you interact with the, what's that word? Yeah, thank you. In the Catacombs to go to him. And then you join it and then ruin people's lives.
That unironically sounds really fun. Obviously not for the person being, you know, catacombed, but that honestly sounds like really cool. It's like you're a lich in like an RPG.
Which is funny because you know Nito's full name.
No.
Gravelord Nito, first of the undead.
He's really fucking
Or technically, I don't even think it's the first of the undead. I think it's the first to die.
the
but
first
he-
of the dead.
That's what it is. Thank you. Because in Soulsborne lore, he is literally the first entity in that world who died, and he basically became a fucking, or he was a godlike entity, and then he died, and then he basically became a lich. Essentially, he's even a skeleton outright. So that's his whole shtick, which is why it sounds like you're a lich, because you are in the Covenant, directly ran by a lich. That's the Soulsborne. Has very, very dense lore.
So much for my coffee. Something tells me this is just the beginning. A light roast today, huh?
That does sound pretty cool, though.
It's very cool. You should play through Soulsborne games at some point, except Dark Souls 3.
Why? That's like the one a lot of people talk about.
That's because they like bad video games. I'm a big Dark Souls 3 hater, by the way. In case you didn't piece that together.
I can kind of tell. There was a lot of animosity when he said they like bad video games.
I sure wish somebody would bring me some coffee.
You play Dark Souls 1 and 2, you play Bloodborne, and then you just play Elden Ring. If you want, you play Demon Souls as well.
Play Dark Souls 1, play Sekiro, play Elden Ring. There you go.
Play Demon Souls and Bloodborne.
And
I'd say Demon Souls hits a lot of the best things in the series in a weird way. And I think...
Bloodborne, though.
No, play Bloodborne.
Don't play Bloodborne. For real, for real. On God, no cap.
Bloodborne!
We only talk about good games here.
Yeah, like Bloodborne.
Incorrect opinion. Alright. I gotta go, because I got work tonight.
Okay. See ya, man.
Alrighty. See you later. I'm gonna still be here recording all these damn streams.
Aren't you so lucky?
Oh.
And this is why I chose to not help with this project. In actuality, the main reason is I literally wasn't doing fighting games for like 9 months or some shit. Lamau.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The 9-month span of me playing everything that wasn't a fighting game, unless someone directly asked me to play with them.
True.
And hell, even now with Street Fighter 6 out, like I play it and grind on it and work at it, but I'm still not fully back into that swing of things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, not very invested just yet.
Yeah, I'm still kind of chill in other things, like how I'm out there playing Zelda and Genshin and all these other games and shit, and doing a lot of music stuff.
Honestly, I think I'm probably just playing this game to learn skill sets. I think the game that I'm really getting. Rising. I don't fuck with Guilty anymore. Multi-build's fine. Not a fine game.
I've come to realize that for me it would probably end up being like Rising, Melty, and KOF if anything.
Whether you played the original game or not.
Because
also a fine game.
Because like I do stand by, now since I've experienced Street Fighter 6, that I think to this day KOF is the best modern fighting game in actuality as like a fighting game. It just has the matchmaking issues, unfortunately.
Let's take a peek.
Which I hope gets fixed eventually, please, for the love of God.
I think Street Fighter is better as a package, but that's about it.
Yeah, like as a full package, Street Fighter 6 is probably the best on the market. Because like the working online, World Tour is kind of a big deal for a lot of getting people into fighting games. So as a package, Street Fighter 6 is better.
What on earth is happening?
That's all we'll show for now. We'll share more details at a later date. Mr.
Yeah,
Crazy,
that'll do it.
there's actually something else.
Oh my goodness. I'm so close to getting the string done.
What string we on today?
A visually enhanced
I'm
version
doing Kimberly today.
Dark Moon.
Oh shit, that's the character I labbed a bunch out against because I got sick of dealing with her.
We hope you look forward to seeing more of
It has infinite setups, and I have.
Both games will launch
Because
next
she's
year.
a dumb bitch with infinite set play.
Princess
They have the nerve to call this character bad.
looks like
Bad, bro.
a lot of games to look forward to.
Oh, I got a nerve before the came out. She sucks.
Let's see some
Look
more
at Guile. Look at Neon. AP. Look at Liv.
She
The
makes
Cammy.
me cringe. Cause it's two things I like but not put together on her. Which is Bujin Ryu. I like Zeku, by the way. I love Zeku.
Yep.
And the graffiti aesthetic. I don't like it for her. I like it a lot more on Isla and KOF. But I digress. I'm very biased towards SNK characters at this point. I will tell you that I think SNK has like the coolest characters across the board.
Across the board?
Yeah, like I think on average across the board, SNK has way more hits. Cause like go down the list. Let's look at teams, right? Shune, Meitenku, Benimaru, all pretty cool. Kyoei, Ori, Chizuru, all pretty cool. Isla, Dorothy, who's the third one on that team? Is it Hyder?
No. I don't think it's Hyden. Wait, no. No, it is, because Hyden actually isn't with the
He's
other
not
army
with
lady.
he's not with Team Ikari this time, is he?
No, he's not.
Because that one would be Leona, Ralph, and Clark, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the list up. Yeah, it's Hyder and Dorothy. Isla, pretty cool. Ash, Elizabeth, Kukri, pretty cool.
There's one of them is cool.
Yeah, Ash.
Relax.
Ash is very cool.
Not cooler than Kukri. I'm sorry.
Much cooler.
Nope.
Ash was Ragna before Ragna.
Nope.
Let's see. K-Dash, Maxima, Whip. I actually don't know much about Whip or Maxima as characters, sadly.
I think Maxima is just kind of boring. He's just kind of there, but he's also very cringy.
I know K-Dash is like super cool. Let's see. Terry.
K-Dash
and-
is alright. I think he's overhyped. I think he's like
he's
literally
definitely
just like
overhyped.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has the same problem I have with him. So like everyone just kind of gasses up this character way too much. It's like, God,
Like
I need you to understand. It's not that hard.
I think out of all the characters cloned off of Kyo, the coolest one is Kyo, and I know what I said. Kyo's just very cool to me. Let's see. Terry, Andy, Joe, they're all pretty cool. Rio, Robert, King, they're all pretty cool. Yashiro, Shermie, Chris. As characters in lore, kind of fucked, but visually, I think they're all cool.
Nope.
You don't like?
We're not letting Chris or Yashiro. Nope.
Bro, they're metal. They suicide themselves.
Not today.
Nope,
Not today.
They're cool.
Nope.
Let's see.
We're not doing that.
They're cool. Athena, Mai, Yuri, cool.
Nope. We're not letting Yuri or Athena cook today.
You're letting them cook. They're cool.
Nope.
Team Akari, right? Leona, Ralph, Clark, cool. Team
We're not letting Leona cook.
Team Gaw is the weird one. GAW, right? Antonov is cool. Ramon as a character is cool. I don't like the kit.
No, Ramon isn't cool. You want to know why? You want to know why Ramon isn't cool?
Why is
because
that?
Because he actively seeks to get into like that dude is just not cool. What do you mean? I'll let King of Dinosaurs and Antonov cook. That's fine. But I refuse to let Ramon have anything in this world. That character is so lame.
This dude. Let's see. Cronin, Kula, Angel. I think Cronin's not that cool, personally. That's like one of the few I think is a miss. But
Cronin's like fine, but
I like
I will
Kula
never
and
let
Angel,
Kula cook a day in her life.
Now, Kula's cool. All the Kyo clones are minimum cool.
Nope.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry I had to figure it out this way.
Nope.
Gee,
Kula cool. I played
Kula
her at 14, buddy.
Lame.
Bro, she's
You need to
cool
understand.
that even her name is Kula.
Kula's voice acting genuinely upsets me when I have to listen to it. It's no fault of the actress. It's just the character's mannerisms in general just frustrate me.
Nope. That's
uninteresting.
That's what Sylvia Palapala is for.
Honestly, Sylvie is slightly more tolerable than her.
You are insane.
I said it. No, I'm just right. Just slightly more tolerable. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Crazy. This dude.
That's not crazy. That's just telling the truth.
Nope. Let's see though. Blue Mary, Vanessa, Luong, all pretty cool. I hate fighting Blue Mary, but she's pretty cool.
Blue Mary. I think Blue Mary is like fine, but I don't. I'm not too attached to her character because all she is. Just attracted to Terry. But I know she's supposed to do secret shit on the side. Like, I don't think I ever see enough of that.
You would have to like, you'd have to go like play Fatal Fury and shit for that. I think. It's the same with the next team I'm about to bring up, which is Team Garo, like Rock, B, Jenny, and how did I forget his name? Gato.
No, I'll let all of them pick. They're actually cool characters.
They are, but they do nothing in lore really in KOF because Garo is kind of their thing.
Yep.
Same with this next team, Team Southtown. Geese, Billy, Yamazaki, all very cool. Also, don't do much in lore in KOF because they're either related to Fatal Fury or Garo, which is what Fatal Fury kind of became. Team Awakened Orochi, they're even cooler.
No.
Yes.
The only one that gets slightly cool is Orochi Chris.
Cringe.
And that is it.
Orochi Yashiro is awesome. He
Nope.
bams people.
Nope.
Oops,
Sorry.
wrong button.
Cringe.
I had to refresh the page because I fucked up. Team Samurai, they're all pretty cool. Haomaru, Nakaroro, and Darley are pretty cool.
I have a pretty hot take. I don't really think I like Darley.
I like Darley well enough. Maybe my favorite newcomer to Sam Show 7, but that might not be saying a lot because I didn't really like. What's like the main new dude? I always forget his name. Is it Chizamaru?
I think his name is Yashima.
It's one of
Talking about
the
the,
two.
I was talking about the dude with the Raven aesthetic.
Yeah, and like the eagle mask like thing, like the eagle Oni mask.
That's Yashima.
Um, but yeah, let's see. Shingo is cool. Kim oozes way too much coolness.
I said who?
Kim Kapwan. Kim is super cool, man.
Kim is just. I don't really have any strong. Kim, like just there. I don't think that I would actively dislike that character, but I don't think that I would ever be caught like praising him the same way a lot of people. Because when he came out, everyone was so excited, like, "Oh my God, Kim is back! Kim is back!" I just see like this dude with he just kicks you in the pants.
Bro, Taekwondo is cool.
Well, yeah,
but also in lore, Kim's just kind of really cool. Like, you gotta remember, this is a series that has been going on for like 30 years. A lot of these characters have fucking dense lore, know what I mean? That's why you hear about Kim so much, because Kim has been around for a very, very long time.
Oh, that setup is so messed up.
But that's why the next character, Sylvie Pala, you don't hear about as much. Her first game was 14, and a lot of people didn't really like her. So put the two together, and you wouldn't hear as much about Sylvie.
I think her gameplay is fine. I don't know that much about her as a character, but like the design is okay, and the gameplay is interesting enough.
But Omega Regal's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Mustache Man is cool.
And the even cooler character, the one coming out or is out, I don't remember the date. Goenitz.
Oh, right. Goenitz is coming out.
He hits such a specific design I've always liked, which is like the villainous, evil male priest type design, if you know what I mean. It's such a visual design I typically like. It's why I kind of like Poochie a lot in Part 6 of JoJo's. So Goenitz is very up my alley for things that I would find very cool. So yeah, TLDR, there aren't that many KOF characters I don't think are cool. That's what this is.
Oh my goodness. You would be Mexican. That setup is vile.
What, Regal?
Gall is cool. I'm looking at this Kimberly setup, and it's like el seta más violento que hasta el momento. It's like, damn, bro. You would be Mexican. This is like some heart-to-heart as setup. I don't even think this works, but it's violent.
Always violent. I realized I wouldn't like Kimberly when she did the same thing to me that JP did, which is get a throw combo in Street Fighter.
Well, if it makes you feel better, she has to do slightly to actually get that throw combo.
Yeah, she at least does more. She has to like set up the graffiti can and then actually knock you down and do the setup.
Well, how do we tell her?
What's up? Is there more?
So here's the problem, right?
Yeah.
All she has to do is hit you with a song, and she can do it.
Cringe.
It takes you to the corner. She does a slide. She throws the spray can.
And then you're guessing.
Yeah. And it's a meaty throw. So no mashing out of this. So
it's a good day to play a character who doesn't have a DP.
Yeah. And your reversal is like armor, so even more throw bait.
Yep.
But
which is right next to your spaceship.
Yeah, Cameron is pretty
Try
cringe.
Yoshi and teach him new skills.
Bad character, by the way.
Or
Bad.
build
She
new
sucks.
equipment and items to help make exploration more manageable.
Everyone who
First
isn't
time
like
in the
playing the
Pikmin series,
generally
you
agreed
eventually
upon
set
like
out for
top 7
next
characters and
missions.
like Honda
But there's a
are all
catch.
saying their character sucks.
Not
I've seen
all
it
Right.
so much
Yeah,
about Marisa.
so stay alert.
I don't see anything I need more about her. She's just okay.
You'll come across the new glow Pikmin, which
Everyone's
only
kind of
appear
like
at
stopped
night.
talking about her.
Find
Which I
lure
kind of
mounts
figured that
produced
she
on
wouldn't
your
stick
glow
around too.
sap.
Mm?
These mounds also attract various
It was
wildlife.
fine though.
So
Well, a
use
fine
glow
character.
Pikmin to
Does
drive
what
them
she's
away
supposed to do. She
and
kills
protect
you.
the Luminol.
Oh, she sure does. You make that mistake and it hurts.
Many more surprises await on this uncharted
Man, I'm
planet.
I think
excited
too
for
many
Pikmin.
people are too busy talking about fucking Honda all the time. It's like, come on guys, you realize you realize there's bigger problems than Honda.
I say it's really funny seeing people talk about Honda because what Honda does is what he's always done.
It's just that in this game he has like, from what I've been told at least, he has less of a where he doesn't struggle with fireballs.
Yeah,
He
like
has system mechanics and the lab thing now.
I think it's the combination of that and the way drive gauge works is kind of heavily skewed for Honda because of 1,000 hands being what it is or 100 hands. Like I don't
Well,
know
the funny thing,
if you've
it's not even hands.
Oh, is it headbutt?
That's not that. Yeah, it's headbutt.
Lol.
It's not hands. Hands is very punishable in this game actually.
Damn.
The best version of hands is -4 with not a lot of. You know, a lot of characters in this game have a 4-frame jab, and the 4-frame jabs, depending on your character, are somewhat big, so you get to punish him. Now, headbutt is a completely different story. Where you have to perfect parry it, or you're not getting punished at all. And some characters have to do perfect parry, drive rush, button,
Lol.
in order for them to even get a punish.
That's funny.
Yeah, because he still flies away from you.
Yeah, like on block, he's knocked away.
Yeah. So that's the main thing that's fucked up about him, is that he's taking away your drive gauge while also being safe, unless you do a very specific thing in order to beat it. And that was my main problem with Guilty Gear, is that you have to do a very specific thing to even survive against the character.
And this is why I'm glad I play the character I do, smiley face.
I mean, yeah, you have like character specific choices.
Yep, because in my case for Marisa, it's literally enter parry stance.
Yeah, again, he doesn't have very good lows, so. Well, honestly, this is good. Like, a lot of complaints are someone wanted, but it's like, guys, come on. This is probably the version of the game we're gonna play. You guys find some other shit to complain.
Yeah, it's either find some other game to play or deal with it.
It's not even that. It's like, I'm gonna need them to start putting out anti-character stuff that isn't Honda. Like, I know I can perfect parry punish the fucking headbutt. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Nope. You need to see it another 1,000.
And another thing that people are like really complaining about that makes no sense personally is the sumo drop.
Oh, the butt drop?
Yeah, butt slam is like, it seems annoying, but you can drive rush under the butt slam, max punish, instead of having to time your perfect parry to deal with his nonsense where he's steering it or whatever. Where if you just run under him, which you can with system mechanics, you don't have to worry about it at all.
So shape them as you see fit. Plus, up to 4 players can now play together in couch co-op.
I don't know. People are weird when it comes to Street Fighter. And I also feel like the players are like, oh damn, I gotta learn matches. I don't want to. That's all.
We already know people don't lab properly, Yami.
It's not a matter of not even having. It's just guys are just spreading misinformation. Or if you guys are going to complain, can you complain about the characters that are actually like weak and find like productive solutions to fighting? That is a character that actually has no.
Watching the narrative arc of Luke is funny. From this character's dog shit to this character's to this character's one of the best in the game.
I already saw the truth from the beginning. He was good. He has the Belial heavy punch. I already knew that they were really good from the start. That shit went the same amount of distance as Belial's heavy. I already knew it was over. We weren't playing the same game at that point. Character had to be stupid. There was like no way.
Nope, bad. Dog water.
Yeah, bad character. My fault. Yeah, because he sucks. Right, guys? He sucks. What an uninteresting community.
Yes, it's always been that way with Street Fighter, don't worry. It was this way in 5, it was this way in 4. I wasn't around for 3, but I imagine it was this way in 3.
I think when 3 came out, it wasn't even...
When 3 came out, it was considered not real Street Fighter. Funny how that works, isn't it?
What? What the fuck?
If you didn't realize, that's what happens with every new Street Fighter.
Yeah, I've seen a trend here.
Because, like, it happened with 4, it happened when 5 came out, it happened when 6 came out.
Damn, this game is brawling. Duh. You thought that adding a mechanic where you can add +4 to anything on block or on hit wouldn't be a brawler game? Like, oh, duh. Like, what's wrong?
Drive Rush, the only system mechanic I don't like.
Wait.
Well, not don't like.
I've been
I have
making this harder for
opinions on
myself
it.
this entire time.
The hell's wrong with you?
I accidentally set my lag to...
Damn it, Yami.
These setups were hard for no reason.
Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own. Two Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Man, oh man.
A remake of the second Star
I
Ocean
think.
game, complete with new graphics that
What's up?
2D and 3D is on the way. After a
Star
how-
Ocean's so pretty.
Federation
What the
officer
fuck is
Cloud
this?
stranded
What the
on
fuck are
an
they?
undeveloped planet. There, he meets Reyna.
So you jump in, you do that, do
Was
that.
it fate or
Oh,
mere coincidence?
you do the run overhead.
Soon after,
Okay.
the two get entangled in a sinister plot within the galaxy. In this
I'm so
strange
excited for this Star Ocean
RPG,
remake.
Select either Claude or Reyna as your
I
hero
keep hearing a lot of
and
people
play
get
through the
really
story
excited
from
over.
their perspective.
Star Ocean as a series is pretty quality, although there's dips in recent
During your
games. As in 5, I never finished, but I didn't like some aspects of it, and
to your cause,
6 came out, I didn't hear much about it, and I didn't play it yet.
skills can be performed with a single button.
But what little I did hear was pretty mixed.
Features in this remake
But typically, at least the gameplay is extremely good. Like, probably the best an action RPG has ever been is in Star Ocean games.
unleash follow-up attacks.
Uh,
Map out strategic
but 1, 2, and 3 at minimum are just very, very good games. 4 is
prophecy will
good with issues, but the gameplay in it is absolutely stellar.
in Star Ocean, the second story arc,
Um,
launching on Nintendo
yeah, they're
Switch
cool.
November 2nd.
I'll tell you that Honkai Star Rail takes a lot of its story beat ideas from what Star Ocean as a series does.
Mario style.
Oh, checks out.
Ready for more micro game mayhem in the
It's that weird, like, science fantasy shit going on.
Yeah,
Hold two
because,
Joy-Con controllers.
you know, science.
Yes. As I talked about with someone the other day, sci-fi at the end of the day is kind of just fantasy in the other direction, if you know what I mean.
How you move depends on the micro
I
game.
mean, there's just science with extra steps.
And you'll
Yep, like sci-fi is literally, it's science with extra steps, or as I call it, fantasy with nuts and bolts. That's what sci-fi is more often than not.
beat each micro game. Plus, up to 4 players can live it
Um,
up across various minigames.
Oh my, that's fucked up.
Yes. Ugh.
Bad character.
Bad character.
I messed up the setup, dude. I'm close. I don't even want to fucking play her. I gotta do all this shit. Oh, this character is boring. I think I would get really bored of playing her. 'Cause, it seems like the main thing that she's good at is set playing. I'm not playing another character that would think good at set playing.
I say you're already interested in JP.
Yeah, but he's also good at other.
Correct. He's in your ass constantly the same way Guile is.
Yeah.
And
I got
zoning
harassed
like
by
Guile.
I got harassed by Guile, and I was playing Jury, which means I didn't have a fun time against any fireball characters. So I'm not doing that ever again to myself. I need to do it to other people.
God. Amazing.
Besides, I'm sick and tired of playing characters that are not zoners. I tried it with Guilty Gear, and I realized that having to interact with the general populace sucks ass.
Hey, just be like me and go from zoners and course correct into the other side where you start playing characters with armor because you get sick of it. So your interaction is just killing them.
Nope. There's no interesting character that does that.
Coma's right there, buddy.
Who?
You heard me.
Marissa?
Coma.
Coma? No.
Yes.
Nope. Sorry. Character is not interesting.
Cringe.
He's fine. He's like okay. But Hammer plays that character, so he's like, or most of the players play him like he's.
Yeah, that's why most of those players aren't winning majors. Yeah, I'm taking that stab. I don't care.
Damn, that's rough, buddy.
Like, there's a reason Scraw picked up Coma and was winning. I haven't watched Melty in a while. I don't know what his recent placements have been, but I know he has one with Coma.
Yes, he is definitely one character.
It's also why like people like Lucy picked up Coma and did really well. Although Lucy also, I swear, has a character crisis every time I see her. I swear.
Now Lucy also plays like an unhinged brat too.
Unfortunately, but Lucy
she
has
played
at least
BB
more
so
thought to a degree. It's just Lucy also has one thing go wrong and has like half a mental breakdown in bracket and then plays like shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the Lucy problem. Yeah, but TLDR, there's a reason there's not a lot of winning Comas, and it's not because the character's bad, because the character is the polar opposite of baddies. You know, very, very good character in Lumina. There aren't that many winning Comas for a reason, because most of them are fucking brainlets.
Okay, come in the stream. Tell me if you blocked any of this.
Let me get it.
Well, I know at least the first time that I watched this, I'm sure.
Let me see. I'm here.
Oh, you are? Okay. Let me not fumble the bag real quick.
I'm gonna be honest, I probably got hit on the overhead alone, because I'm already bad at reacting to the overhead.
Takes you entire fucking screen.
Like, I might have blocked the cross-up setup, emphasis on might, and the only reason I say that is because of...
cross-up, the same side.
Oh, then I probably would have got... I would have guessed cross-up. I was gonna say, the only reason I might have is my time playing against Gil in Street Fighter V. I'm assuming you've seen the Gil setups.
Yeah.
So, like...
My character is also really cool. You do block that, though.
Probably not. That gives me, like, the Street Fighter V Karin setups when she anti-airs you and you're guessing left-right immediately. So, yeah, it's it looks like a pure Gil thing where it's like, no, you're just straight guessing this. Cringe character.
Cringe character. She sucks, though.
Sucks.
That's what the populace says. She sucks.
Also, you know another reason I hate her?
What?
Because she hits me with a level 3, and then I have to listen to her shitty fucking song play.
Yeah.
Every time I'm against one, it makes me want to, like, mute the game immediately.
Oh my god. It's the same thing that I have a problem Yang tag where it's like,
Oh, when
okay,
you get her into install and you immediately
Yeah.
hear I burn.
yeah, and then the thing that makes it more annoying with her is like, okay, so I've been beating you the entire time, and now you get to say, the fuck my Oki.
Yeah, now I get to wake up 5B.
Yeah, that would have to be pressing over just not. Or just press nothing.
This is why I'm glad I play Blake, because, you know, I just, at those points, get to disengage and fuck around. Because I'm
Dude,
fucking
I don't
Blake.
even know what to call this. This is just like some nonsense set play sequence. Because I have